Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdsmith Subdrive 2019 one-shot run by yours truly. Some of you may know me as the one person who runs one-shots on the public Discord, but I'm running one exclusively for this lot. I'll do a spiel right in the beginning. Just get out of the way so we can get to the meat of the problem. This is an entire thing of Subdrive where we're asking individuals to go to our website, nerdsmith.org/subdrive, to subscribe to us personally. When you subscribe, you're supporting your favorite shows on the network or the people that you happen to like on them. The most common tier is the $10 Sidekick tier, where you get 50% off of Nerd Alerts, a 30-second shout-out by your favorite characters. It could be one or more. You get a 2019 subscriber exclusive pin, access to bonus content across the network, and exclusive access to the Sidekick channel on the public Discord. The next tier up is the Champion tier. It's $20 a month. You get all the Sidekick stuff. You also get a free Nerd Alert, a metal D20 from Die Hard Dice, our network sponsor of the finest products. You go to dieharddice.com to purchase their wares. You also get a PDF download of the 2019's Creator Cookbook, where most of the creators contributed. It was curated and edited by Pip of the Nerdsmith show Countless Heroes, who is a great character. And you also get access to the Champion exclusive Discord channel. The next tier up from that is the Superstar tier, which is $35 a month. You get all Sidekick and Champion stuff. You get Nerdsmith mug. You get a physical copy as well as a PDF of the Nerdsmith Cookbook, and you get an exclusive Superstar Discord channel access to that. If that's out of your budget, you can choose the $5 a month Minion tier. With that one, you get access to the bonus content and exclusive Minion Discord server access. All in all, as long as you share our posts on Twitter, on social media, get our name out there, kind of share everything about that, you're golden, and we really appreciate that. So that's essentially what it is. If we get 50 concurrent viewers, we get a Die Hard Dice giveaway. And if you type in !booty, BOOTY, as long as you're not part of the network, Chad, you will get added into the giveaway for a World Anvil subscription. So, I think that's all it. Angela, did I miss anything?
No, I think you did very well.
Fantastic. So, we can let's go around and everyone say who you are. We could start with Angela, because you're the first person I see on our channel, and then we can go from there.
That tends to happen because of alphabet, you know.
Yeah.
So just our real selves.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Angela. I can be found on Twitter at darling_gypsum. I'm a director here at Nerdsmith. I'm also a creator on a bunch of shows. You can see me on Countless Heroes as Syl, a barbarian. I play Adelaide on Shenanigoons, and I help host Discover RPG with Logan, and I'm sure I'm missing something. But yeah, you can find me all over the place, and I'm looking forward to tonight.
Go to Kiri. You can't hear you, love.
Push to talk.
Yay!
I make this mistake in my home games too. So I'm Kiri. I'm a just normal community member. I am a DM for a homebrew game. I write my own stories, and yeah, I'm just here to kind of have fun and try not to freeze on screen.
It's gonna be awesome.
You're doing great.
So far, so good.
Perfect. Will.
Hi, everyone. My name is Will Crosswaite. I'm a musician and a writer, and sometimes I do computer stuff to make money. Tonight, are we doing characters or just personal stuff?
Just us.
Just yourself.
Then that's me.
Hey.
Daniel.
My name's Daniel. Friends call me Danny. I am on Twitter at OGFlaya, where I'm pretty active. And I run a homebrew game, and my crew that I'm doing that with, we're getting ready to start a podcast. So pretty excited for that. Hoping to have a good time tonight, though.
Nice.
And last but not least, Britt.
Hi. I'm Britt. I go by Atomic Firebird on Twitter. I do a couple of things on other channels, but we are not here to talk about other channels or me tonight because I am not me. I am a pirate. Totally respectable sailor, I mean.
Yarr!
Absolutely.
And Nerdsmith. Wah!
Yeah, and I'm Zach. You will find me most often on the public Discord where I run these one-shots. You'll find me at Duskfey Druid on Twitter. You can also find me here on Twitch, Duskfey Druidic, because I'm silly and put the IC after it. And otherwise, I'm on Countless Heroes. I play Primeheart, the Goliath Gardener, who is a time. I think that's all for that. So we can go into tonight's session. So the group of you have come together, as all adventurers do, because you've been given a job. You have been asked to find the wreckage of this ship that they don't really want anyone to talk about because it's kind of on the down low. The cargo that was on it, they just want you to find the cargo. A little bit of backstory. So you are currently in Duskport, this port town, obviously, on the edge of this island that is renowned for being dangerous beyond all degree. And in the center of this island is a vast desert called the Jagged Wastes. And in the Jagged Wastes, creatures kind of appear and vanish due to these wild magic sandstorms that kind of come through. And your group, or specifically the people who you are working for, go out into the wastes, capture these creatures, and sell them to the highest bidder. You're not good people, but they make a lot of coin. Times are tough in Duskport. Money is difficult to come by unless you do these dangerous jobs, which is why you're all doing it. So you have been given this job to get the finest of you to come together. And we meet you all as you are going down to find your ride to go out. Now the 600-foot metal wall that's on the outside of Duskport, between the sea and the reefs that's within, only open at the dusk light. Kind of keeps everything safe. So you are all coming down to the harbor to find your ride, an individual by the name of Spoons. So, yes, Kiri might know this individual. As you all go to this place, you are walking past all the ships that are taking stuff off their ships onto it, and you come up to a dock specifically that has an individual asleep, an older individual asleep on a barrel with a cereal bowl on top of their head. So as you all begin to walk up, I could have each of you describe yourselves. We'll start with Raffida.
Well, Raffida is a goblin. She is short and squat and wears a very luxurious ratty pirate cloak, like a captain's cloak. And she has a tri-corner hat and these sort of really intense little violet eyes. And instead of like the sort of like the jacked grill you expect of a goblin who has maybe lived a hard life, She has a full, pristine set of silver teeth in her mouth. They almost look like the dentures are too big for her face. And so she's always kind of grinning at people. She's got a couple of blades on her sides as she wanders up to this sleeping fellow.
Okay. And then Dima. Can't hear you again.
Push to talk.
Oh, every time.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
Dima is a fairly tall red tiefling, currently wearing just pretty casual merchant wear, built for work instead of showing off. His horns curve out from his forehead like a normal tiefling, and he kind of has like a jaunty gait, like, I own this place, I know I own this place, and no one can take it away from me. And he's sauntering up to this individual like, I found what I want.
And Jacques.
Sorry, you mean Jacques Murdoch?
Jacques Murdoch.
Jacques is a human. He is shirtless, and you can see he's got a runner's body, which means there's not really much of a body to begin with. He walks kind of like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean, just kind of listing to the side. And you think maybe he's spent a little too much time on a ship until you hear him talk. And he talks like Johnny Depp walks in Pirates of the Caribbean. So he's kind of, kind of walking like that. And if you... And so basically, he's got these two little clay cups, almost like vases that are hanging by a chain around his neck, and he's constantly drinking from them as he is completely wasted.
Tyron.
Tyrion is he's pretty tall, well defined. You can kind of see it a little bit. He has a shirt that's open a little bit. He's green skinned and has hair that's an almost impossible amount of shades of bluish green. He has aquamarine eyes that pierce like a storm over the sea. He's also really lanky and doesn't talk a whole lot, but he's looking around constantly, clearly country mouse in the big city.
And Alfonso Javier.
And coming up behind Tyrion and giving him a good old slap on the back, also sauntering, is Alfonso Javier Smith, who is dressed about how I'm dressed right now. Probably a little better. A more impressive jawline. And a fabulous mustache. Also kind of tall, also kind of lanky. Has a rapier on his side. He's just looking out. Not like he owns the place, but just excited. And he's a human. But that doesn't stop him.
Doesn't get in the way.
Doesn't get in the way of adventure.
No, what are we doing?
Very in determined focus, Raffida walks up to the guy with the cereal bowl on his head, looks up at him. Hi. And she just flicks the top of his nose.
Oh my gosh! You see this old man as he pulls the cereal bowl up over his face. His nose kind of comes down, and his full beard. Oh, hello.
Morning. We're looking for a ride. You the ride?
Oh, is that you lot?
Yeah.
We come to see about a ride or something.
Yeah, what he said.
You got coin?
Do I have corn? How much you want?
How much you got?
Ooh.
Jock starts thumbing through his pockets. He drops a bunch of copper. He stoops to start.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. I know who you all are. As he seemed to have been sleeping, he takes the cereal bowl off and spit shines it on his loose clothes, and he kind of saunters forward and up the little gangplank onto this ship that looks like it's barely together.
Dima kind of looks at the ship with a sneer. Is this seaworthy? It doesn't look seaworthy.
Don't worry about it. Yep, totally.
We're all going
It's
for
fine.
it.
We've seen worse. We've seen worse. You remember that time that we had that one that we all had to cram onto, and you basically had to sit on his lap, and it was very awkward, and we were just this at least there's space on this one.
We're all going to die.
Raffida jumps out a little bit. Oh, it's fine. This is good. I've been on way worse than this. Look at.
Everyone can swim, right?
Yes.
What's swimming?
What's Hey, mate, you gotta get us lower proof there. She taps one of the jugs on his neck.
Oh, you want some?
Yeah, all right, give me some.
He hands it over. It kind of sticks to his neck because the other one's on the other side, and he kind of stumbles with it. But he hands it to you.
Oh, that'll take the paint off a hole. That's real good.
This is okay.
Whoa, there you go.
Back around the neck.
Dima will start going up the gangplank, just kind of very carefully, doing that thing where you tap it with the foot first before putting his full weight on it, and he's going to kind of sit as close to the center of the vessel as possible for as much stability as possible.
It's wide and low. You think there might be just the just one space underneath it, but it seems seaworthy.
You feeling ready, Tyron?
I'm ready. I mean, I'm of the sea, so if I fall off the ship, I'm fine.
That's the spirit. Let's be off.
Agreed. And Tyrion will just book right up that gangplank.
All right, take it
Yes.
easy.
Indeed.
You see this individual is now sitting cross-legged in the on the upper portion of the ship where the moving wheel is, and this individual is pulling out a crystalline flask and uncorks it with his teeth, and then begins to pour it, but nothing really comes out immediately as you see smoke then begins to pour out into this bowl and kind of ice creams it around, and it just begins to fill the bowl up.
Is that outcome? Can I drink that?
No,
Is that
it'll
how
kill you.
Can Dima... Does Dima know kind of what this looks like?
Make an Arcana check. As it begins to pull out some spoons, you see they were tucked around like a chain inside of his shirt, and he begins to spin it around. It begins to swirl this smoke around.
That's
an
one
8.
way to cast fog cloud.
No idea. As this individual then begins to flick the smoke up into the air, and it begins to float up, and as it does, it begins to expand and unfurl these little wings. As you see this, well, you've seen mephits before. They're pretty common around here because a lot of magic users So a bunch of these steam methods begin to come out as it begins to flick the rest of this smoke up into the air, and then kind of pulls the bowl up and begins to scrape whatever he could out, and then flicks it towards you. And this creature unfurls and giggles and flies up into the air, and then they all begin to dance around the ship and then down, and just begin to grab rigging. And where it does, you see the rigging begin to like sizzle as they begin to get the ship ready to go. And he's just giggling to himself.
Oh, that is a pretty fun trick.
It's helpful.
Yeah, they're way better than my old crew. I mean, we didn't have all these ropes and stuff, but yeah.
Let's be off.
Demon kind of looks at the crew and is just like, okay, this I can get behind.
It is efficient, clearly.
This is going to make a wonderful story, I can already tell. We start with tiny demon things. Who knows where this is going to take us?
All right, let's get going. And Rafida, like, trots up to the very front of the ship and just, like, smacks the railing with her hand, like, all right, let's go.
You hear this rhythmic tapping as this individual has flipped over the cereal bowl and begins to tap the spoons on the back of it in a rhythm that is, it's okay. It's not incredibly exciting, but it's a tune. And the ship begins to come off, begins to start moving backwards. As you see, a lot of these steam efforts have begun to push. So you don't know how this is working. It seems ridiculous in itself, but the ship does begin to coast out. And as you know, the doors only open at dusk, so it takes a bit of time to go through the reef, as if you kind of have to go through open water and then to the reef and kind of go through it, which seems like it would help if there was a siege, because they have to go through this single file thing, which you wouldn't really even notice if there wasn't these gargantuan creatures that are thin-armed and thin-legged, that have wide hammerhead shark-like heads, but they seem to be made of seaweed, and they're just going through the reef and just combing through it with their long arms. And where they are, you see this dark cloud begin to go away, and the dark cloud expands outward into these little fish, it seemed, that maybe are a nuisance. So that's the only reason that you know that this kind of thing is out there. The creatures do wave as you go by, just wide wave, and then begin to go back to what they were doing. And the doors begin to open on this 600-foot tall metal wall. And there's a horn that blows, and you're able to see on top of this wall there are reddish shapes that catch the dusk light. And as you begin to go through the wall, you begin to see these creatures are draconic in nature. They are chained to this wall, and they are huge.
As we're getting close to the wall, anyone near Demo would hear a little squeak from the bag at his side. It's like a shoulder messenger bag, and from the flap, like, pops this little black pseudo dragon head, and it just kind of peeps up at the dragonkin, I would say. Demon just goes, "No."
Is that gonna turn into that?
Oh, no, he stays little. He's full grown. And he's about the size of a small cat.
Shoot.
He's a little pseudo dragon.
I reach out my hand toward him.
Okay. He kind of sticks out his little nose, sniffs at your hand, and sneezes right on your face.
I jump backward Yeah, I jump backward and kind of toddle off like a drunken sailor.
What do you
Tyrion-
do with you?
Tyrion once gestures at you. Jacques, let me see your hand.
He holds out the other hand.
No, the one with the snot on it.
Yeah.
The snot a little bit, wipes some off, sniffs it, looks at Dima. Can I keep this?
It's mucus. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you kindly.
I don't know why, but okay.
Tyrion will pocket it in a little pouch.
Raffida is unfazed by this display. Yeah, you never know what you need that for.
Science.
Oh.
See, anytime I hear the word science, I run for cover.
Well, that was exceptionally weird. But, Jacques. I never really got the hang of the pronunciation.
You can call me Jacques.
I like that. Anyway, and snap his fingers and prestidigitate the rest of the slime off of your hand.
He's completely flummoxed, and then seconds later, it's almost like it never happened. It's almost like he's completely forgotten about it.
That seems about right.
Raffida wanders up to where Spoons is. Is he still tapping away?
Oh yeah, and he's having a good old time with it.
So do you just do these little fellas, they like your music? Is that how that works? And so they work to the music?
Maybe.
I'm just trying to take notes. for the
Trade
future.
secret.
Oh. Like, all right, hey. And she'll try to snap in a similar rhythm as the Spoons. Try to look for a mephit that's nearby.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
I said 26.
Okay. One of them that is just kind of scraping some barnacles off the sides, just kind of scramble up, and then begins to flutter over, kind of daintily.
Hello, you there, hello. I was just... I don't have a follow-up. I just wanted to see if that would work. You can go back to work.
It bows to you, and then begins to go back, and then down the side.
Well, that's a right gent that knows the chain of command. I like him.
Yeah, for the next 23 hours, and then they're gonna try to kill me, probably.
Oh, that's a bit of a risky proposition then.
It is what it is.
Well, bully on you, man. I respect the audacity.
So it's gonna be a one way trip then.
Oh, I hope not.
But if they all kill you, then who's gonna push this ship? I can't push this ship. I want to, but I can't.
Well,
I can
hopefully I'll be
sail.
back before then. Oh, you could sail? That's great. Do you have a crew?
I do.
1, 2,
Really?
3, 4, 5 of us.
I own a merchant vessel.
How hoity-toity.
Well, technically, my mother owns them. I'm
Yeah, Mother.
For-
Sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was kind of in the past tense, with our little, kerfluffle, as they say.
You say that.
Well, I still have my ship. It's just my crew needed a vacation. I
That's right.
needed a vacation from my crew.
Oh, I'll get that, friend. I'll get that one.
Precisely.
He like nods at Rafida like sagely. Like, yeah.
Bunch of layabouts they were. Mon, I assume yours too. They always are.
Jacques is gonna walk up to Tyron real quick. Stagger over, really. I have something you need. Well, hold on, I can get it for you. And he hawks a loogie into his hand and hands it over, like grinning happily.
Who is this to?
This is to Tyron, but I can't hear you when you don't push to talk.
No, still can't hear you, Danny. Unfortunately, it's still not coming through.
You might be able to
It's
pop
okay,
in and
ma'am.
out.
I understand you're speechless. It's a very fine gift. And
Science does tend to overwhelm him. I've seen it happen. That time that we found a particularly interesting piece of
you
slime.
want this? I got more. There's plenty more. Plenty more where you came from.
Dima just looks at this entire interaction like, that's disgusting. And entirely unhygienic.
So where are we going?
We're going to a thing that Rafida then explains spoons we're going to.
Oh no, not there.
Not the anywhere but the
The ship begins to move as it does, and as it is like dusk, the night does come, but these steam efforts they begin to so some of them are kind of carrying these lanterns around, kind of give some ambient light, and they're kind of on patrol. So you think that for the night you would be able to you'd be fine. You are given there's some cots down below. It's actually pretty clean. It's just the holes in the ship just kind of let some ambient water in. Just ambient, just little splooshes, little splashes. But all of the ship doesn't seem to sink. It's by all in logic, the water that does splash in immediately just goes into the wood, just goes away. It seems like the ship is being held together by something more than just good craftsmanship and grit.
Magic.
Dima's gonna
oh shit! Oh god! Oh, you
move.
can-
Hey, we can hear you.
Dima's gonna kind of move through the ship, kind of looking around, and he notices the water absorbing into the wood. Can he see if there's any sort of spell that he recognizes?
There's no spell that you don't recognize. I'll say that right now.
Huh. I need me
Save
one
you
of
the roll.
these. He goes back to the
How long has Dima been sailing for?
his entire life.
Roll a religion check. By night, this.
Womp womp.
What did you roll?
I don't like-
Okay. Something else is going on here. It's definitely not from this plane. Definitely not anything mortal make can do. You know, I mean, you know a little bit of magic. It's something else. You actually kind of get where it's coming from, but it's lost on you.
He goes, okay then. I'm not sleeping down here. Goes back to the top deck and hangs out up there in the fresh sea air.
Dima. I know it's not up to your usual cleanliness standards, but I can clean anything you want up for you.
Oh, no, it's
Sounds
plenty
okay.
clean enough. I just, I don't want to be caught inside the ship should anything happen. I'm used to spending my watch above deck.
I think you're letting yourself get a little bit spooked. I mean, what is aquatic travel without a little bit of mystery? I think it just makes it more interesting.
I see your point.
Good. It's a great point.
It's more habit than being spooked.
Have it your way, but I'm going to sleep wonderfully.
Yeah, it's a little
One of
muggy
us
down
has to
here,
get
I
the beauty
prefer it.
rest.
Oh, it's a good thing I don't need it.
Is Spoons above deck?
Spoons is above deck. Seems to have because he seemed to have slept most of the day away. He's wide awake. Although he is kind of walking around. You see, like he's kind of stomping on one foot. It seems like one of his legs went to sleep as he was just sitting cross-legged on the ground. So he's kind of walking around and holding spoons in one hand and his cereal bowl in the other, and he's just tapping away and just kind of giggling to himself.
Hey, Spoons.
Yo,
How long have you been sailing for?
all me life.
Same.
Oh, really?
How'd you get this ship?
Oh, that's a story to tell.
Well, we got a long night.
Okay. Anyone else want to listen? Don't want to have it just a one-on-one?
I like to think that Alfonso had actually already gone downstairs, and then as soon as you say, does anybody else want to listen, his head just pops out of the thing. Did I hear story time?
Story time for the ages.
Right.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
Fantastic.
let's go.
He was partially in the middle of combing his mustache, so one side is down, and he's got a tub of mustache wax in one hand. He'll just finish up while he's listening very intently.
Wherever he starts telling the story, Rafida just takes a seat in her big coat just clangs to the ground as she sits, and she just starts dismantling there's a rapier and a short sword and a dagger and a dagger and a dagger and a hammer, and she's just sort of resting them next to herself.
He puts the cereal bowl on the ground and stands on it with one foot, and the other one kind of out, and he pulls out a jug with a bit of seaweed wrapped around it. It seems to be made of some kind of like rocky material, but the way that the shape is on it, it's shaped like a shell. He takes a big swig of it, and as it does, it kind of splashes out and down his chin. It glows in the starlight. like bioluminescent drink, and it gets caught in his beard. And then he stoppers it and puts it away. Okay. Well, and then as he begins to speak, his breath comes out and begins to create images as he begins to speak, as more like puffs of like smoke come out. This might be a shtick, and it begins to give presence and give kind of an animated visual as he begins to tell you how in his youth he was a hardy sailor, as they all are, and he had come upon a cove, and in that cove there were some ne'er-do-wells doing some kind of ritual, and in this ritual he went in to get treasure, as they all do. They had heard about some fishermen nearby going missing, and he went in to investigate, as you do. And went in with some buddies, and they began to fight these cultists, and finally got to an altar, and some of his blood dripped onto this altar and began to glow, and as it did, a voice rang out in his head. And the voice was ever present and said that he could rule the seas. Now, he didn't believe that. He thought that was a whole bunch of hullabaloo. So then he kicked the altar down, grabbed some kind of flask, and he pulls out that crystalline flask, and figured out eventually, handing most of the stuff off to one of the grand archmeisters of the city, and then kind of asked, what does this flask do? Found out that it could summon up these creatures, and the ship that he got was waiting for him. He saw it in a dream, and it was waiting for him when he came down to the dock.
So you stole the ship?
No, it was given to me.
Look, I think any
So
ship that
you
shows
had-
up to you in a dream and then turns out to be reality is rightfully one's own. That is
I-
just power of dream.
I agree. I think, given that information, I might have to reassess this vessel a little bit. Fine ship.
I had
You a cop?
dream a bunch. I had a dream about a kingdom once.
Well, was it real?
I never saw the kingdom.
Well, perhaps someday when you find that kingdom, it can be yours.
And I can steal it.
No, it'll just be yours. We just made out the rules just now.
Oh,
If you dream it, then you can own it. It's called that rule of the sea number 37.
I'm gonna go to sleep. And he immediately goes downstairs and passes out face first into a.
Hope you dream about the castle.
He's probably going to dream about booze.
I'm not sure he's gonna dream at all with his his personal ABV being incredibly high right now.
He's not sleeping on his back, is he? We might want to turn him over.
Yeah, we should go turn him over. Let's go.
Good on you knowing the recovery position.
Demi will go down with Rafida and make sure Jacques.
Raphael will proceed to instruct Dima how to do it. She's like, I'm not fucking handling him. I'm one, I'm weak, and two, I outrank you.
Dima just doesn't care. He has 19 siblings. He doesn't give a crap. And he mentions as much. I've seen this with 3 of my brothers and 8 of my sisters.
Oh, my crew were probably as close as I had to family. I ever pass out, they'd just draw a dick on my face.
Oh, mine will do the same. Happily. Most of my crew's my family.
All right, so you don't want to have his arm under his back like that. He'll go asleep and it'll be awful. So you just gotta make sure you give him a nice room to spread out on there.
I know the drill, and like yanks his arm. It's probably not going to be the most comfortable position, but it'll.
You'll do, old buddy. Raphael will tap Jacques on the chest and slowly take a swig from one of the jugs.
It's rough.
Oh, seriously? You could take barnacles off with it?
Dima's going to take the jug and sniff it and go, oh.
Oh yeah, you don't got no nose hairs anymore, do you?
Wow. No wonder he is the way he is.
I'm fairly certain that his brain cells have melted to the inside of his skull, like. He's a good bloke, though.
And Dima's gonna actually take a small, very cautious sip.
Raphael just quietly under her breath. Chug, 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 chug.
Dima, what's your Constitution modifier?
A +2.
Okay. It's strong.
Dima like wheezes like he just had a shot of fire.
There you go. Just let it out. Let it out.
Oh,
Pats
You
him
all
on the
right down there?
wow.
back. We're just partaking of the finer things. We're fine. She does not elaborate.
You'll see Alfonso's head upside down if it's like one of those like square, so just upside down. Finer things.
You just see Dima doubled over and Raphael patting his back.
Dima's like, it's fine, and passes up the jug.
Well, it's gonna be all gone by the time Jacques wakes up.
It might be for the better. Oh my god, all my allergies are gone.
They've just been wiped from your system.
I always did wonder what this tasted like. All right.
It tastes like suffering.
Yeah.
Tastes like kidney failure, liver failure, everything failure.
Tyrion's gonna hold a hand out. Could I see that, Alfonso?
There you go.
You could probably light up some of your science with that.
Tyrion sniffs it, sets it down, wipes his eyes. I don't think this is safe for any consumption by anyone.
Nope.
Oh well. You only live once, right? It's fine.
Can we put a rag in it and like use it as a projectile at some point?
Oh, but maybe just tell the technique to Jacques and see if he maybe wants to do it. I'd feel real sore about it, drinking all of it or getting rid of all of it before he wakes up. He's rather attached to the stuff. Because the necklace.
I think he'll be drunk for the next century already.
The rest of you do see that there are some errant crates and barrels down here, and there's a small barrel, maybe like 2 feet tall, that is like a darker wood, and on the front of it is a burnt marking of a dwarvish face.
Hello, hello.
Is that what I think it is?
It's got a dwarf on it, and it's a wood barrel. It's gonna be good. Raphael will trot over to the barrel and knock on it a little bit, rock it around, slosh it a little bit, see if there's anything inside.
Oh, it's full.
You guys.
I'm in.
It's beautiful.
Do you think the booze is magic like the ship?
Oh, it doesn't. Yes.
don't know, let's
yes,
try it.
absolutely.
I agree. We should try it for science.
Tyrion, you notice as Rafford is kind of holding it, you notice that the beard is kind of doing this. It's kind of slowly moving on the outside of the barrel.
Guys, I think I sniffed
As
too much of
Raptor's
Jacques'
rubbing it.
booze.
What? I can't hear you. It's too beautiful to my ears and eyes.
Well, stop cuddling it and put some in the bottles. Or the goblets or whatever. Here.
All right. Did you say something, Tyrion? Or was I just
that
listening?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Make a strength check, Raffida.
Oh, that'll go well. As I thought, that is a 5.
You try to pierce into it, try to open it up, and it's tough. You're not really able to get into it.
Can Dima try?
Sure.
This is going to go.
How
badly.
do you try to get into it the same way as Raffida did?
Is there like a cork on it at any place?
No. Might have to try to pry it open, or you could just pierce into it with something.
Raffida taps
He's gonna try to
Dima.
pry it open
Yeah, Raffida
with
taps
one of his
Dima.
daggers.
Well, she also offers a crowbar with like a resigned, I know I'm not strong enough kind of look on her face.
He takes it and goes, I don't think I'm gonna have much luck either, but we can try!
Make a strength check.
Ooh! That's a 1!
Okay,
Not-
roll a D100 for me.
Not a nat 1 though, Zach.
No, it was a 2,
Oh.
but I have a -1 in strength.
Oh, okay.
So
My
do
bad
I.
then. Never mind. Don't roll that D100 then. But now you know. Yeah, you're not able to get into it.
Alfonso sighs and pulls out his dagger. You know what? It's fine. We'll just go in the messy way. It's fine. I've got mending.
All right,
And
like when you try drinks you're not supposed to, and you put a little mark on the outside of the bottle, you could just we could pretend like we'd never been there.
right, like that time we went into the basement of that port city to clicks down on the beach. That was, yeah, but they never found out.
Just don't ruin the booze.
The other one go get splinters in it on me.
How's it 18?
18's good.
Better than my 1.
So how are you getting into it?
So if it's just like a barrel, I'm gonna just make a little bit of a stab about like 2 inches below the top, and just hold the cup underneath. Just
Okay,
make
yeah.
a big stab, and
Sure.
kind of like pry a little bit so that hopefully stuff starts coming out of the side.
Point of order: are you using my cups?
No, I no.
Just wanted to know.
Dima's got his own mess kit, so he's gonna.
Yeah, I
Use one of
had
his
thrust
mugs from
the
the-
cup at Raffida, but then took it back because it was going slow.
Okay, yeah, you're able to get into it, and as you pierce into it and you tip it a little bit into the cup, it is a dark liquid. It's kind of syrupy when it comes out, like a dark red.
All right. I'm gonna pass the cup along to Raffida, and like cup, pass another cup, and then just like messily fill everyone's cups, and then
As it splashes against the floor of this thing, it doesn't go away as the water does when the water splashes in. It just kind of sits there.
that's fine. That's fine. Got mending and prestidigitation. I can make this all go away.
Okay.
It's gonna fill
and-
everyone's cups, and then cast mending on the hole I made.
Dima's gonna
and it
sniff.
seals up.
And then
Dima's gonna sniff the
A toast to Jacques, who will never forgive us when he finds out we did this while he was unconscious.
Dima, it smells like meat.
what Sharks does not know will not kill him. We know this from multiple other.
But what he
clients.
drinks might.
Or it'll kill us.
It's fine.
Can I do like a medicine check to make sure this isn't like blood?
Sure. Does everyone else drink?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
10.
It's smooth. It tastes like strawberries to everyone else.
It's a 10.
little
Yeah, you don't
sweet
know.
for my- little sweet for my taste, but that's pretty good.
I was really.
It
gonna
smells like meat, but everyone else seems to like it. So
Delicious.
I was
Yeah, he's gonna drink.
really expecting
Yeah.
something a bit more dry, like a Riesling or something. This is very fruity.
I'll drink yours if you
Almost
don't want
like
it,
you.
Alfonso.
No, I'll drink it. It's just, you see something with a dwarf on it, and you really sort of expect.
A kick in the ass.
Beards?
Exactly.
Maybe this is like baby formula.
That's fair. How much?
Oh, hell. And he chugs it.
This is
It's-
gonna go great.
It's good, but the texture leaves something to be desired.
it's a little. It's definitely tastes like alcohol, but it's also kind of like strawberry whiskey.
Actually sounds good.
I approve. This was a good venture. This is a good omen for the outcome of our rest of our journey. I think this counts as a success.
Yes.
Glint clambers up Dima's side and like drapes over his shoulder to sniff at his little mug.
Do you want somebody?
You're gonna wind up sleeping like a damn cat here. And Glint sniffs and like licks at it.
Okay.
And makes an expression like bleh.
How much of a mess on the floor did we make? Because you said it spilled, but didn't absorb.
Yeah, as you look at it, it is kind of congealed a bit.
Rafida does a little bit of movement with her hands, and a little green spectral mage hand shows up in front of her, and she just has it stick its finger in the stuff.
Yeah, it's like Jello.
Oh, that's weird.
Should alcohol do that?
I don't know. Why don't you get down here and science this?
Great idea. Tyrion will get right down on his hands and knees, his face practically in the planks of the deck there, just sniffing at it, looking at it.
Rafida has her mage hand continue to sort of poke.
Yeah, it's like jiggling. It's very thin, obviously. Not much has gotten down, but enough it has congealed to create this kind of Jello effect. So, what are you trying to figure out, Tyrion?
Why it's congealed when no alcoholic substance I've ever seen has done this.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Sadly, no.
Okay, make an intelligence check.
That would be a 11.
Okay. You think that the that the make of this maybe is made this way. That if it is poured out and kind of left to its own devices, it does congeal into Jello for easy transportation. And you also think that maybe with whatever, maybe there might be some congeal on the inside because of even the little bit of time it's taken. There might be some Jello inside of the barrel. Whenever it's like exposed to oxygen and not immediately drank, it does eventually become Jello.
I'd like to pinch one of the outer edges of the pool of it and see if I could lift it almost if it's like a sheet of Jello.
You do, and you kind of pinch it, and some of it does fall away, but you're able to get like a pretty nice chunk.
I'm gonna roll that up and put it in my bag, guys. We can take it with us.
you think it's doing that down in our innards right now?
Whoa. Raffida sort of jiggles and holds her tummy like, whoa, that probably won't set well.
You guys ever had like yogurt mixed with vodka?
That's
Yogurt's
It's
just
not
the
fun.
fancy moldy dairy that they just sell. Like, you don't just let it grow; it actually gets sold in the market. That stuff. No, I never had that.
Does fun things to your stomach.
Headcanon: everyone in D&D is lactose intolerant.
Doesn't look right. I don't eat anything that's white. It's just not a color of food.
What about cheese?
Cheese is usually yellow. Or at least the good kind.
What kind of cheese are you having that's usually yellow?
Have you ever had a good Cotswold? The kind with the chives baked, baked into it? That's the good stuff.
All live
Right,
fancy
right.
lives. Mr. DM, I have a question.
Shallots.
Go ahead.
Scallions.
Would the slop jello stuff be considered an item or object?
Yes.
For the purposes of it, okay, for the purposes of a spell that might tell me what it does.
Yeah.
Fine. Raffida rolls up her sleeves. All right. I have to use the big guns now. And she will squat on the floor like a little Yoda and cast Identify on the little blob puddle.
Okay.
Gonna have to take a nap after this. It's fine.
You do so, and it comes to that that this specific alcohol does congeal after 1 minute of being in exposed air into a jello for easy transportation. You would also note just as you're about to feel this, as everyone else, I need Dima, Tyrion, and Alfonso to make me a Constitution saving throw, as well as Raffida,
Okay.
as it also is very potent. And
11.
Okay,
Alright, I get it.
Dima falls asleep.
Flat on his face. Whoop.
I rolled another 5. I'm definitely gonna be able to sleep this off and get my spell back.
As you're like saying what it does, you begin to doze.
Face first into it. Just-
I also got an 11.
Yep, you're out, asleep.
Well, so
and
I was
Tyrion.
tired anyway.
I got a 20.
Okay, is that a natural 20?
For
You are correct.
For science.
You see everyone else begin to doze and fall asleep, and you feel a yawn come off, and that's something that might be wrong with that stuff. You're not sure, but everyone else falls asleep. So either it's really good stuff or it's magical in ways you don't know.
Guys?
What about Glint, who had like the little bit?
Glint was out immediately. Yeah.
I'm going to specifically poke at Glint first, being that he's the smallest. He might be the most heavily affected by this gelatin.
Okay. Yeah, Glint would wake up, but is like groggy.
Okay, so they're clearly all
Not
asleep,
permanent.
like chests rising, things of that nature.
Oh yeah, drooling.
There's some snoring into the jello from Raffida.
Yeah, just like blowing little like
Yeah.
jello bubbles.
Oh.
Tyrion's gonna go ahead and put everyone on their sides into a recovery position, just in case.
Okay.
Putting that first aid training to work. And then he's gonna sit there and take out his notebook and make some notes on the effects of jello booze on his friends.
Somewhere halfway down the page, Jacques stirs in his sleep. Bread's white.
Jacques, you okay there, buddy?
He's fast asleep.
He's fine.
Do you eventually go to sleep, Tyrion, or is there anything else you wanted to do before you went to sleep?
I think we're good. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay. You eventually do come to rest, and the night goes off. Nothing happens of any importance. There's a bit of rocking, but I think you all are pretty used to being on ships, so you're not crazy awakened. It's not jarring. It's just, you're on a boat, so it's gentle sway. You all eventually do awaken, and you see the daylight streaming in through the cracks in the hull, the open parts.
Dima goes, "Oh, mistakes were made."
Why is my face sticky?
Science.
Half of Rapida's face is red, like stained red.
I said, I got some war paint. This is good.
It's a good look.
It's also on my hat. Dang.
Breakfast. Need breakfast. And he's gonna go over to the crates and see if there's like food in the crates.
Sure, make an investigation check.
$14.
Okay. You, I guess you're using the same crowbar?
Yeah, I never gave it back.
You pry. These ones are a bit easier to open, and you're able to see that there are fresh fruits in there. You find one that is segmented off, and there's like boxes of something, small, like cardboard boxes of what you think would be cereal.
Oh, fruit, cereal. Okay. And are there like oranges?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna grab an orange in one of the cardboard boxes and go and nurse what is sure to be a hell of a hangover.
There's a thump up on top, and you hear scrambling along the deck, and then you see a white beard kind of come down, and Spoons peeps in. Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Spoons.
We've arrived.
Thank you for keeping watch. We were just so tired. You understand.
No problem. It's just how I do. We'll have at it. And he disappeared.
Kieran's gonna check on Jacques and make sure he's not dead.
If I may, DM, Jacques was up before everyone, and he has already gotten drunk and is now on the deck, just kind of poking at a mephit.
Oh, totally. And all the mephits have their own little like stone bowls of cereal, and they're all eating.
I'd like to be feeding one as they all get on deck. Just kind
Sure.
of.
Make a persuasion check. As these are people, kind of.
Sorry, I'm not used to these online sheets.
Okay.
That's going to be a non-natural 1.
Okay. You burn your fingers on the steam method as you're trying to like push it towards it, and it's like slowly sliding away. But yeah, you might try a little bit more, but overall, it's not enough to actually do damage. But you're definitely like kind of blistered your fingers.
Hey, Spoons, you got any more bowls?
Of course, I have more bowls. You need more bowls?
I need breakfast.
Okay.
Can I have a bowl?
Sure. You should see the cabinet down below, and he kind of taps his feet on the deck, and a cabinet behind the stairs kind of materializes. You think it was like hidden, and The doors do open, and you see inside bowls and spoons, all made of stone.
Okay, he's gonna grab one. What about? Do you have milk,
I sure do. Do you want milk?
please?
Oh, okay. Sure. Come on up. I'll give you some milk.
Don't drink
He-
the milk.
Look, after last night, I don't think anything else is gonna hurt me for a while. And he pours the cereal from the little cardboard box into the bowl and goes up.
Okay.
You want a little hair of the no, if you want them, you can have some. You want?
He grabs it from Jacques and takes a small swig, hands it back. Jeez. Oh,
Hair of the dog.
good morning. And he goes over to Spoons.
Spoons pulls out this like jug, and he pours milk out for you. It's fresh milk.
Cool. And he starts.
I'm glad you didn't ask. You also see as you look out, the ship has stopped moving, and you see a wide reef. You're not sure where you are on the ocean, but you do see no land around you. But there is this reef that is there, gorgeous and rainbow colored. You see rainbow colored fish going through the reef, and in the center of it is a low island with like some rocks jutting off of it, and you see a shipwreck.
What kind of ship?
The kind you were looking for. It is a small trading vessel, and you see a dwarvish face on the mast that is half coming out of the water. The same kind of dwarvish face that you notice was on the barrel down below, and you would know this to be the Sea Runners, is the guild.
About how far away are we anchored from the wreck?
I'd say about 100 feet.
The cardboard box of fruit cereal, does it have nutritional information on the side?
Nope.
Tyrion's gonna grab it and run up to the top deck. Dima, you shouldn't eat this. It doesn't have nutritional information on it. It could be poison.
Look, at this point, bring it on. And Glint is currently playing with the orange. He's not eating it. He's just playing with the still unpeeled orange.
It's important to roll it before you peel it, because then you get like one single peel off of it. It's easier to peel when you roll it a bit. It's a good idea.
Glint looks over, looks at the orange, and starts turning the orange. Chirps, and then nudges deep. It's not meat, buddy, sorry.
Raffin is just chewing at this really stale looking piece of hardtack that she had in her pocket. But she seems content with it.
Is there any obvious fish or sea life where we've docked or anchored?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it deep enough to dive off the side of the ship into?
You think so?
Tyrion looks at Dima and Glint. I'll get some meat, and proceeds to jump off the side of the ship.
Okay. Easy enough. You're pretty used to this. You dive into the water, and below it's pretty deep. You can see as the sun rays are coming through the water, you can see the reef 100 feet off. But around you, there's schools of tropical fish.
Tyrion's going to spot the first one that looks large enough to supply an appropriate amount of fresh fish meat to the party and the crew, and go at it with a spear.
Okay. Sure. I'll say make a survival check.
That's a 14.
Easy enough. You're pretty used to this. You go at it, and you're able to kind of cut it off at the pass and take it out. And it's a pretty sizable fish that you're able to get. Yeah. So then you make an athletics check as you begin to try to drag it up onto the ship. Unless you have something else you want to do to try to get onto the ship. It's not a incredibly hard DC.
Is it easy enough DC that a 3 would let me get back up there?
Nope. You do try, and you try to climb up the side, and you grab one of the boards, and it peels off and lands in the water, and you land in the water next to you. You land back into the water, and then you see a large shape kind of moving beneath the boat on the opposite side from you.
Dima's gonna set down the bowl and lean over and go, "Need a hand?"
I'm gonna throw the fish at him.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you should be able to get up and just make a strength check.
That's an 8, and I should have said throw the fish to, not at.
Oh no, I like the "at" better.
Whoa.
Did you want to just like throw your spear with the fish on it? Because then it'd be like an attack.
Do it.
No.
Okay. I mean, you would be able to kind of lean the fish up. So, what did you get on your strength check?
I got an 8.
Okay,
We're all
I'd
super
I'd say
strong,
that
guys.
you would be able to grab at the same part and kind of lean your spear up with the fish. You'd be able to do that. You can't really throw it too much, but it's pretty heavy. But Dima, you would be able to grab this fish if you wanted to, as it kind of appears just barely over the side of the railing.
Sure. Glint's gonna come over and like dig his little claws in and try to like flap his little wings.
Okay.
To try to help a little bit.
Only Glint grab this large fish?
Glint and Dima.
Or medium-sized fish. Okay, sure. You both were able to grab it.
Can I pull it into the boat?
Yeah, easy.
About how far?
Go ahead.
About how far down is Tyrion at this point?
The side of the ship only goes down about, I'll say about 10.
So if I were to say extend my grab my chain of 2 cups from off my shoulders, hold one and lean the other over the side, would I be able to get it reach down to him?
Maybe he would have to kind of hop out of the water, but you think you might be able to do that if you kind of wrapped your legs around the railing and kind of leaned off the side a bit?
Sure, I'll do that. And you notice that I'm very, very sad as I pour the alcohol in the 1 cup out to get the chain out. But miraculously, all of the liquor just goes into the bottom cup somehow. By sheer luck or precise pouring, you do not know.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll hop up to try to grab the cup then.
Sure, you're able to do that. Easy. As you grab the other edge, Jacques, make a strength.
Perfect.
This does not bode well.
Nope.
It's going to be a big ol' 8 from me.
Okay. Now make a dexterity saving throw. Or make a strength saving throw. That's better.
I'm proficient in that.
There you go. All you gotta do is be able to make it up with the other thing you have to roll.
That's going to be a 15.
Okay, with those strong legs, you're able to hold firm as you're kind of pulled down, but you're able to hold yourself on the railing, and you'll be able to pull Tyrion back up. Dima,
I'm sure it looks very awkward.
Oh, totally. And a lot of the methods are watching, and some of them do giggle and clap as you do this kind of feat of strength.
Raphida uses her mage hand and like gets up in the face of the methods that are laughing, like, "Hey, I don't see you lifting a wing to help. You watch yourselves." The mage hand.
Glint extends one wing and chirps at you, Raphida.
I'm managing.
They turn to each other and like chitter in their own little language
Yeah,
and shrug.
yeah, that's what I thought.
She'll
One of them does that.
she'll turn to them working and just have her hands on her hips like, yep, you guys are doing good. I'm sorry there were being such assholes. And does not proceed to help.
So we have the fish on board, right?
You do?
Okay. Glint's currently like tearing into like a little portion of it because impatient. Come on, man, that's disgusting. Ugh, no. And he like picks Glint up by like kind of how you would pick up a misbehaving cat. And Glint just goes. Oh, it's bigger than you. Come on.
You all would notice that the ship begins to shift. Not the ship you're on, but the shipwreck begins to shift inward a little bit and sink a little bit further in.
You want me to do something about that? 'Cause I can go over there real quick and check it out.
We should go get to
We need to
work.
go.
Yeah. You guys eat up quick. Let's go. And
Just a warning. There was something large in the water.
And we just don't go in the water. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Spoons, do you have an emergency boat or something?
Sure do.
Can we borrow it?
He goes into his stuff and he pulls out a little like toy boat. Here you go. He tosses it to you.
Does it get bigger?
Sure does. Throw it in the water.
Oh, all right. It's worked out well. For a second, I thought you were yanking my chain. All right.
and Raffida will peek over the boat and drop the little boat in the water.
Okay.
Are you sure it wasn't just a whale or something? You know,
Spoons, do you just
see
mean...
big things in the water?
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't get a very good look, but it was large, very, very large.
Can Dima look to the other side of the boat and see if he sees anything?
Make a perception check.
Raffida is staring over the edge of the boat, and her eyes are just getting narrower and narrower with every passing second.
That's a 12.
Okay. You see some fish go by. You don't really see anything other than that. Raffida, you do see a small dark shape that begins to get bigger, and then a splash as this little sailboat comes out and kind of begins to float.
Oh shit, we got a boat!
Told you.
How big is it? Big enough for 5 people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so
Tying ropes, gonna haul herself down.
Make sure you give it back, though.
Do our best.
You guys were...
You're all right, so yeah.
Good luck.
Dima very nimbly hops into the small boat.
Kind of rocks a little bit as you land, but you're pretty used to this. It's not too far of a...
Yeah. This is more my speed.
It's more your
It is
size,
loud.
anyway.
Huh. Yeah. She can touch both sides of the boat, I assume, so that's the right size.
I mean, Raffida's small,
Maybe.
so you
I guess
wouldn't be
I'm
able to...
small.
Yeah.
One of them could. Maybe.
If you reached one arm and put one leg out, you might be able to just barely touch with the toenail.
Dima does that. He sees her kind of trying to do that and leans out with one hand and stretches his little hoof out, and it's like eek. I mean, it's smaller than mine. Oh, that's a good
You
stretch.
would note, as you all, is there anything else anyone wants to do before you get into the boat?
You guys go ahead. I'll meet you there. There's too many boats for me. I'm good with one boat. One boat's enough boats for
That
me
boat's
right now.
not going where we're going, friend.
I'll meet you there.
Perhaps I should
Ah.
swim over there and just have a look inside.
I got it. It's fine.
Jocks.
And I fall over the side.
Just space.
He's going to drown.
If I may, I do not. I would rather not fall into the water if I
Okay.
may, DM.
Yeah.
And I will use my 50 feet of movement and my action to dash to just stumble my way toward the boat.
Okay.
So my feet just kind of find coral, and like it's almost I'm stumbling backwards at times and kind of drunkenly just kind of waddling my way across the feet to get to the boat.
So you're going to the shipwreck.
Yeah, if I may.
Okay. Make sure that you use the key point to do a. How many
I
feet?
don't think I need to because I have 50 feet of movement and I can use
Okay,
my
then no,
action
no.
to dash.
Simple dash. Yeah, okay.
Because
Perfect.
monks are broken.
Tima's jaw just like hits the ground and he's like, is this because he's so drunk? Or just
It
because
is
of who he is?
100% because I am so drunk.
Well, Alfonso was still up on the main ship, and he was going to, I don't know, inspire or cast a spell or something on this guy just to get him to go into the thing, and then he just booked it. So
Come on,
all right
Alfonso.
then. And
Tyr-
he'll just.
Tyrion will just look at Alfonso after you, my friend.
Oh yes, no problem. And he'll just.
Tima extends a hand to to help Alfonso down.
I think Alfonso is gonna try to like hop down in like in what he thinks is like a adventure-y sort of way, and just pulling himself down.
Sure, make a performance check.
Okay, no problem. So I got a plus 11 to whatever I roll. I feel like I need to take a picture of that. That was a nat 20, and I have a plus 11.
I believe
I
However you wanted it to be, it looked like that times 10.
Would you describe it to us?
Is that like the
Um,
captain from Treasure Planet?
I haven't seen that. Yeah. So yeah. He just saw Javi, or Jock. I mean, Jock's just run off as he was going to try to do something cool to get Jock to do a thing, and so he's like, "All right then," and just puts out his arm and just hops down, and he lands onto the ship and starts to lose his footing a little bit, but then he just kind of does a little flourish so that it looks kind of like he did that on purpose.
All the Meths cheer in their own little language.
Why, thank you.
Tyrion claps in. That was amazing.
I know.
He'll make his way into the boat as well.
I give it a solid 10
Out of
10.
out of 7.
This is a sailboat, and there's no wind. So how do you get to the shipwreck? That Jacques, you are there. I mean, you jumped down into the water and then just didn't end up in the water. You just hit the water running. It's kind of over to it, and eventually getting to the reef, which you're able to get to a portion where you are about knee deep in the water, but you do go on the water, I believe. If you're straight running. So
Well, as long as I'm moving. So once I
Yeah.
stop moving, I'll sink down to my knees.
not down to your knees, and then you see that you're like right in front of the ship. The ship is much bigger than the one that you came here on. It's not incredibly big, but this one also seemed like it was once a good-looking ship, but has crashed, it seemed, by some degree. You're not sure how it could have gotten over this reef and into the center where the water, there's like between the reef and the actual island, there's a bit of water.
I stumble my way towards it.
Okay.
Well, see, usually when we're on a sailboat, I would either rely on wind or have a druid, to make the wind happen. So I don't actually know how to do this part.
I suppose, do you have an oar? Or 2 oars at least?
Oh, 2 oars. Yes.
You see out of the side of the ship, like a large, like wooden spoon comes out, like oar size, and just kind of lands in the boat. And then another one begins to slide out, and then lands in the boat as well. And then you see him just on the other side, gives a thumbs up, and giggles to himself and runs away.
Hey, Spoons, do you have 20 gold I could have?
Silence.
That's worth a try. Alright. Not it.
Since Dima's loaded, can he pass her the 20 gold?
Sure.
Here you go.
Thanks. She pockets it.
Yep.
She looks like she's having an existential crisis right now, as if her life of pirating has suddenly seemed pointless if she could have just asked for the gold from people and they would just give it to her.
There's a reason they call it the magic word, Rafetta. Please?
I gotta rethink things.
So who's good at oaring?
Not it. I'm more of
Demi will
a...
grab the oars and be like, this may or may not end well. And he's gonna start using the oars.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to go perfectly lovely. You seem as if you know precisely what you're doing, and you can. It's not even that far away. We're just going to go from here to there, and you've already shown that you are very, very strong. At least
the boat begins to
in
move.
good judgment.
I would help, but I'm more of a brain over brawn sort of guy.
I think we're all a something over bronze sort.
You are able to get
where
over.
I was going
to...
with that was eventually to ramble on enough that was worth inspiration.
I am proficient with water vehicles.
So am I. Doesn't mean I can push one well. Rafida took a seat in front of Dima, like uncomfortably close to Dima, cupped her hands and was like, on the count of row. Just like trying to crew through.
So Alfonso, you did a bardic inspiration. Is that what you did?
Bardic inspiration, yeah. No, the 10-minute one is from, as far as I recall, inspiring leader, which I don't have.
You're right.
Sure. Dima, roll a strength check with proficiency. And feel free to add the inspiration die, which is what?
It's only a d6. I'm only a fourth level bard.
Oh, itty bitty bard.
Just dipped into bard.
Should I just roll my water vehicles?
Yeah, sure.
13.
Okay, you're able
Plus
to get it going, but you can add the d6 if you like. See how fast.
+4.
Okay. With surprising ease, Dima is able to get this boat a moving, and in not much time, it's able to go. But Jacques, you have a bit of a head start.
Oh, don't worry. I'm standing right next to the hull of the ship, twisting at a barnacle that kind of looks like a doorknob, just kind of confusedly staring at it.
You hear a bit of a giggle behind you, but as you turn, there's nothing there.
I continue spinning in the same direction and go right back toward looking at barnacle.
So you all are able to get to this reef and the shipwreck that seemed to have gone over the reef and into this kind of watery moat between the reef and the island.
Row! See, Alfonso, he just needed a little coaching. Row!
And Dima he's going in time with the
That's it. You're doing all of our oaring from now on. Good stuff.
It was the cereal and the milk.
Nothing but protein.
And you were saying I shouldn't eat it because it didn't have nutritional facts.
Well, we were 0 for 1 on eating things on the boat. I don't really blame him.
No, we were 0 for 1 drinking things on the boat. Very different.
Speak for
That went
yourself and shoulder rub
very
at the
well.
red streak.
I don't know what anybody's complaining about. That was probably the best night's sleep that we've ever had. It was very calming. I didn't have any dreams. Just lovely.
There's a crack of thunder, and then you see a bit of a storm cloud begin to move, slowly moving towards this area. A flash of lightning hits the water 1,000 feet off.
All right,
What is
Jimmy,
it?
your turn. I'm gonna stay in the boat.
Was
What's the matter, Tyrion? You were all like, "Oh, I'll jump in the water. I'll just do some swimming."
I'm a genasi, not an electric eel.
Yeah, but it's 1,000 feet off. You're fine. The boat over there's the tallest thing in the water.
You have a point. With that, Tyrion reluctantly jumps in.
See, Alfonso, all they need is a little logic, little guidance, a little direction. It's fine.
I
Okay.
think you should do all of our talking from now on. You're very good at it.
Don't I know it?
Guys, I can't get this door open.
Tyrion will
What?
stop and look at Dima. Dima, do you have that crowbar still?
Yep. He passes over it.
Tyrion will take it,
It
and
looks just like my crowbar.
I got it from Dima. She stole it, and then I'm gonna move.
That's fair.
I'm gonna start moving to Jacques.
You're moving towards Jacques as Jacques is twisting this barnacle, trying to open up a door that is not there. You do, however, see as you're coming towards Jacques that the bottom of the ship appears to be cracked open, and you can see an entrance into the hull of this ship on the inside of this reef.
So the crack is above or below water?
Below.
Perfect. Jacques, and I'll hand him the crowbar. You might want to stay here. I think we need. I could water breathe. I'm gonna go, and just try to go right in through that crack.
Okay. And the rest of you are staying, or what are the rest of you doing as you have
Dima's
hit the reef essentially slowly? You've gotten to the reef with the boat.
Dima's gonna cast water breathing on himself and join Tyron.
Okay. You could have casted that on everyone. Would you have done that?
Yeah, I would have done that.
No, just himself. Fuck off.
I don't know. I figured out. Okay.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Welcome.
The effect of this it is kind of a heavy breathing in like actual air. You don't exactly grow gills or anything, but it is kind of, the air is syrupy after this effect goes on.
What's wrong with my mouth?
I forgot how. we
Into the
did
water.
that.
And Dima will do a nice little swan dive. Bloop.
So I'm just gonna wait inside the crack of the hull for anyone else who wants to join me.
Yeah, Dima does.
I give my
I'll
mustache.
follow as well once I realize what's going on, which is probably might take me a while.
I give my mustache just one last little like waxy twirl, and then I go in.
Okay, perfect.
Just keep it shape.
You go under the water and you see that this coral reef is a rainbow of colors as it catches the sunlight. The fish that are there are beautiful to behold, and they shimmer with the sunlight as well. You can see floating bits of wreckage, and the way that this ship appears to have cracked, you think that it might have been lifted up by like a tidal wave and then crashed down onto this reef. As the way that it's splintered, it appears to be it appears to have one time been hooked onto this reef, but it's slowly begun to sunk inward as the water begins to fill it up slowly. the reef is being destroyed. But if you don't care about nature, it's whatever.
I've never actually done water breathing and been underwater with a spellcaster. How limited are we in terms of if something has a verbal?
You are not limited. You go in and it's awkward, but you feel as the water like goes into your nostrils, you don't feel that innate wanting to like hold your breath as water begins to fill your lungs, and it's like breathing water, and it's comforting.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. As you cast this spell, what was the vague sounds of your friends kind of swishing through the water, the creaking of this ship becomes the sound of a full room of people speaking as you hear all these fish begin to say the basic thing, like, ooh, danger, danger, danger. Everyone's saying danger. Ooh, what pretty teeth. As they look at Raphida and the shimmering, glistening teeth. But yeah, you're able to hear them and maybe speak to them.
Yes, Alfonso is a friend to the fishes. He did not actually partake of that fish earlier. He's had far too many mer people friends to eat seafood, and he'll just swim along and say hello. And we don't mean any harm. We're just here to explore. Don't worry. Everything's fine.
A lot of them do kind of stop or slow down at least to like look at you, and then they kind of nod, or at least the way that they could nod as their entire body kind of bobs, and then swim away. So some of them do swim around you, kind of getting the sense that you are a friend.
Have you seen any interesting, weird human stuff?
They would
Or
inform you in their own little way that, well, yes, there's a bit of noise, a bit of splashing around inside of this ship. They also would say to be careful, as this is a protected place.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for all of your assistance. And
Tortuga watches over us.
well, then you should probably all skedaddle, because we might be casting magic and things. We don't want, any collateral damage. So
They leave.
I am frantic as we're sitting here waiting. You can see that Jacques is watching the alcohol drift from his cups, and trying to frantically scoop it back in. And it's a futile task, but he is nonetheless focused on it.
That bitch is gonna be salty when he catches it.
I'll turn back to everyone. So, my fish pals are sort of saying that Tortuga is watching over this place, so we should probably be aware of that.
Tortuga?
Indeed.
What's that?
It sounds like something that probably wants to try to kill us, like half the things that, we interact with, so.
Or it's a sacred place.
Tortuga.
It could be a god of some variety.
Tortuga just sounds like something that's going to try to kill us.
Raphida and Tyrion, you see a bit of movement closer to the island in the center.
Let's get to the boat. Let's just deal with the boat. Get inside, get out, and be done. Tortuga wouldn't even need to know we were here.
Dima's gonna swim. Can he fit through the crack, or?
Oh, it's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna swim through the crack.
Okay.
I'd like to
Inside, you
investigate around a little more.
Okay. What are you specifically looking?
Anything that stands out, really, that seems like it might be of importance.
On the outside of the ship?
Well, we're
Or on the
we're on the inside.
Right, you're moving in now. You see a lot of barrels, a lot of crates, as it were. You do see a cage. Make a perception. as you were the first one to go in anyways. I was gonna get to you once everyone was
Done unnecessarily talking to the fish.
no, you have
a 15.
Okay, you see a young girl in this cage. She seems to be standing on the bottom, even though the way that this ship is kind of leaned in one way. She is standing on the bottom of this cage, as it's kind of pitched, and she's standing there, and she has her hands up to her face, like so. She seems to be wearing like a little white dress. Young girl, blue skin, greenish hair.
I'm shocked. She looks like a genasi.
Yes. You also remember what you're here to get. What you are here to find is a creature that is known for its illusions. It is a large creature that pretty much can survive in almost any climate. And it's known for its illusions, and it specifically chooses to look like something that it has a bit of mind reading ability, resurface thoughts. So you seeing this simultaneously gives you like I've never seen another water genasi before, but you also remember what you're here to find.
Is there anyone else left inside the ship with me?
Yeah, Dima's inside the ship, isn't he?
Yeah, sure.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Tyrion will look to Dima and gesture at the girl. I think we found what we came for.
Do I remember if the creature would be like arcane based?
The wastes that make up the majority of the island where you're from, a lot of them are created by these magical sandstorms. They are created via wild arcane means. They aren't innately magical. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they aren't. This one specifically, it has illusion magic it's able to cast.
Can I see if I can like sense the magic somehow?
Do you have detect magic?
No.
Make an Arcana check.
11.
You're here to find something that's magical, and you see this girl kind of standing a bit cocked on this ground, but she seems to be standing fine, and her dress isn't like swaying downward as gravity would usually take. It seems to be as if the gravity is moving to where her feet are sitting. And she waves at you.
So
I'm not seeing anything weird. I mean,
Well,
it's weird. It's real weird, but
yeah.
I can't tell if it's magic weird.
You want me to go talk to her?
We should let the Master of Communication talk to her.
Alfonso.
Nah.
Well then, as much as I like being called the master of things, I don't know how much help I'm going to be. All right. Hello.
Hello.
Why did that work? See that wasn't hard. Just talking.
Not hard at all.
Well, I'm Alfonso Javier Smith. My friends call me AJ. You can call me AJ.
Okay, AJ. Hi.
Hi. Why are you in that cage?
I don't know. Let me out.
Almost certainly, but I'm going to confer with my friends. whip it back
Okay.
around. She's a bit creepy, isn't she?
I mean,
A
yeah,
bit?
I think we all agree that this is a little suspicious as fuck.
Yes.
She sounds like she has a good sense of humor.
Is the cage actually locked?
Seems like it.
Or turn back around. And then turn back to everyone else. I don't know about this. Especially with this.
Can we move the
Tortuga.
cage?
Do you think she's Tortuga? Do you think she's going to kill us if we let her out? Maybe she's, in here. Because she's a great, powerful being in a large group of, noble adventurers.
Uh-huh.
Struck her down and then
All
faced
right.
her and then,
Can I
Raphida's
insight check her? Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and say check first.
Can I insight check?
What are you
Like,
trying to get from this insight check action that you're doing?
If she has, like, good intentions with the let me out?
Okay, sure. Make an insight check.
Sick.
She seems like she's on the level.
Raphida's gonna cast Mage Hand and just like slowly put the hand in and like basically like wave it around, like see if there's more than just the girl in the cage, like see if she hits any resistance with the hand.
Okay, sure. You go through you like up to the bars, and you try to go through the bars, and your mage hand stops. It's like at the bars.
All right.
Raffida will swim up to the cage. Stick a finger right on the edge of the bars to see if she can.
You put your finger towards it, and the space in between stops, as if there's some kind of wall there.
All right. Well, either the creature's all smushed up inside it, and it's like in the cage, or
What are you
there's some
talking
sort
about?
of
I'm right here.
oh, there's a force field around you, love.
Yeah, keep me safe.
This is a really
Yeah.
good cage.
when you stuck your finger over there, I think Alfonso had like both eyes shut and the other one just like opening up just like a little bit because he's like gotta get her finger bit off.
Oh yeah, I expected to get shocked to hell from that.
Are the bars of the cage real?
They seem like
Rafta?
they are.
Oh no, he's actually directing that to
Okay.
Raffida.
Oh, I don't know. Seems like it.
She'll flick a bar.
Makes like a dull, because it is partially in water. So do you flick it above the water or below it?
Yeah, above the water.
Okay, makes like a ping noise.
It seems real enough, but I don't know if it's an illusion. It's something you would touch, you'd know the difference, right? It wouldn't just be a all real thing. It's not an illusion at that point.
Is the girl's appearance the same above water as it is below water?
Yes,
And you
but
said
her,
the cage.
her clothes are not moving with the flow of the water.
So I'm of two minds about this. So, on the one hand, I don't like to see anything in a cage. We've all probably pet in jail at least once or twice, and that's no fun. And this, let things be free. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, she's creepy. So,
She does have a real Queen of the Undead Sea vibe going on.
You said the cage is sticking out of the water.
A little bit, yeah. It's about
May
like
I
half and half.
May I jump and see if I can land on top of the cage?
Sure. Make an athletics check.
That is going to be a 19.
Yeah, sure. You're able to do so. As you move forward and kind of use because it is kind of against the wall and it's kind of chained to the wall. You do kind of go up and on top of the cage. Sure. She looks up at you.
It is a cage, guys. Definitely a cage.
Raffida will take out a dagger and poke between the holes, or between the bars.
Your dagger stops between the bars as if there's some kind of force field.
All right. So I can't get through.
Jacques, you feel a faint vibration under your feet, and you just see the girl kind of reach up to where your feet are and kind of run her hand across. You feel a faint vibration against your feet, Jacques.
You want some? I got plenty. I'm gonna hand her down the cup.
Okay, your cup just sits on like in between like the bars, just like doesn't go between the bars. It's stuff. Just pour it.
I do so.
Okay, it kind of splatters across the bars, then down the. Oh,
I scramble to try and get it back into my cup.
No.
it's tough because of the way that's kind of pitched. It immediately just rolls right off and into the water.
Hey, Raffida. Can you come
Yeah?
back over here?
She's just poking in the bars.
Okay.
And, Jacques, can you get off the cage?
I fall backwards into the water.
And Dima's gonna be like, this is either going to be brilliant or particularly stupid. And he's gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the cage.
Okay.
Holy shit, we were close to that one.
Dima,
That's why I had to move back here.
What does your Eldritch Blast look like when it comes out of your hand, I guess?
It's like a kind of sickly green color. And it's got kind of like a greenish smoke to it.
It hits the cage and you see like a faint ripple across the entire cage as the force of this goes off.
Well, that could have gone worse.
Just open the cage.
What's your name, love?
I don't have a name. What should my name be?
Okay, that's creepy.
Call
Why is it
you.
creepy?
You should call you. C. No, start with a C. Claire.
I like that. That's a good name.
No,
Don't
I knew a
name
Claire.
the
I dated
bounty.
a Claire. That just bad memories. It was a bad breakup.
I dated a Claire. Didn't end well.
Was it the same Claire?
I aid me, Claire.
Maybe.
Red
Was
hair?
it the same Claire?
Red hair? Half elf?
Oh shit.
Well, we need to talk about that afterwards, because wow. Alright.
Remind me by age.
It's a crack of thunder above, and you see a faint flash from the water you see beneath you, reflecting the light of the lightning above.
All right.
I have a
How-
feeling that's Tortuga. Guy.
How long between the flash of light and then the sound of thunder through the water?
5 seconds.
So that would be closer than.
Yep. Much closer.
Guys, I think we should get her out of the cage and get out of.
Yes, please.
All right. So
Who
we
wants to
One
unlock
last
it?
question. If we let you out of this cage, are you going to try to kill us?
No.
Oh shit! Insight check that.
Same.
Okay, sure. You both can roll insight check. Action. What are you trying to get from your insight?
If the no, if she's going to try to kill us, or if she's actually being honest.
Yeah, she's sincere.
God, another 6.
I got a.
Jeez.
When she was looking at Tyron,
Tyrion.
she was being on the level with you.
She's not going to hurt us. We should let her out of the...
Who knows how to pick a lock?
I do.
Do I know
I
how to
wouldn't have-
pick a lock? And Rafida will pull out her thieves' tools from her bag, or from her, and proceed to.
Alright, just gonna do the thing is.
Damn pirates.
Nobody watch my process.
She will proceed to use her thieves' tools.
Okay, make a thieves' tools check.
Yup. A 29.
I'm real freaking good with these.
As you get the lock open, you see that there's like a ripple, like a crack in like the air just above the bars that kind of goes out and shatters across the entire bars. And you see she begins to giggle and like skip her feet in the water. The water doesn't swish or move when she does that.
We're all going to die.
Ta-da!
Also, I watched the process. You're good with those.
I better be.
Rafferty,
Thrown
as you
in the
speak,
clink through.
pink
No,
bubbles
sorry.
come out of your mouth.
Oh. Huh. That must have been from that jello stuff. Boop. Y'all seeing this, right? Like, this is like a thing that's
Can we see
happening
that?
to me. Okay.
I try and drink one.
Want one of the bubbles?
God.
Sure.
No surprise there.
Jeez, Jax, take me for dinner first.
Where are you looking at the moment, Jacques?
Honestly, off in the middle distance randomly.
As you do that, you put your mouth down and kind of breathe in this pink bubble, and as you do, there's like a flash across your entire body, and like 7 or 8 of these magic missiles shoot out off of your body and land into the water, and you see faint, like a large shape, like kind of float to the water.
I
Not moving.
don't think I meant to do that. I try and
no.
drink from my cup, and then I point at Rafida.
Okay. Rafferty, what do you do?
Oh, so. What do you want?
Nothing happens.
Okay. Well, you just.
You have
just tried to-
you have a problem.
The little girl begins to walk towards the entrance to the thing, and before she even gets to it, the door begins to kind of rattle. She kind of reaches out.
Oh, hell no. Dima is not okay with this.
What's wrong? Why'd you open the cage if you didn't want me to come out?
What were those bubbles?
All those things that happen out in the.
It was the desert, right? Where there's like wild magic storms and stuff.
Well, it's just like what happens in the desert, you know. The magic goes all wibbly wobbly, and crazy things happen. Maybe there's just more of it here. I mean,
I don't quite remember, but I don't think I was able to do that before. You want a drink? You want? Motioning to the girl.
Yes, please. And she reaches out, and the door begins to open.
like the door's opening before she touches it.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
all right.
About 10 feet away from her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait. You don't want that. You don't want that, I promise you. It's fine.
Okay.
But we've got something better. We've got alcohol that comes in a gelatinous form.
I'm going to remove my strawberry jello booze from my pouch.
This stuff's much better, I promise.
Very good.
And the real question is it water soluble?
It's magic. Yeah. Science. magic, same.
There's still some in the bottom.
As it reaches out, Tyrion, make a strength save. As you feel this pressure across your hand, an arm really, lower arm.
I got a 15.
Okay, and you feel yourself begin to be pulled forward, and you just let go of this jug, right? And it begins to float towards her, and then Ashley steps out, and you see she like opens her mouth up like this, and then she crushes her with her hand, and the jello begins to come down into the water. But before it even hits the thing, it just kind of lands and then vanishes. Ooh, that's very good.
So, love, I have a question. Are you like magic or are you just a little bigger than you seem? Or a little bit of both?
Why? And she begins to float in the air as you see like the structure around begins to shift a little bit, and you see water splashing in like a vague shape that's difficult to discern.
We're all going to die.
We're not going to die. She said she was not going to kill us.
Were
She
we
hasn't
supposed to
tried to
deliver?
hurt
Forever.
anyone.
Do you have a?
No.
Did you come on a boat?
Maybe.
They came on 2 boats.
Practically, we came out.
He ran.
There we go.
Were we supposed to catch this thing alive, or did it matter?
Most things are
Instructions?
dangerous. You're not sure. This was kind of a keep hush hush. So maybe this was not so. They didn't really say. Usually they want them alive. It didn't say if they wanted it alive and in captivity or not. This thing might be compliant, because usually they tell you otherwise. They're not just going to send you to do this random thing without that kind of stipulation. It could be reasoned with, you assume.
How old does she look?
Young, maybe like 7 or 8.
If this turns out to be some of the orphan stuff, I'm be real upset.
Well, love, if you were interested in a boat, we might be able to, give you a ride somewhere. Where would you be heading?
Hopefully home.
Where's it? Where's home?
Well, they said that my home was going to be moving. I think my home was in Thicket Crossing, and you know that to be across the ocean.
Oh, that's a bit of a ways away, dear.
Yeah.
What did they mean by moving?
I mean, I was put in a cage. I assume I was being sold to someone.
Well, that's just not right.
Thank you.
Damn it.
We should get back to the ship, I think. Lest Tortuga find us.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
All right, not Chloe. Let's go.
Claire.
You know,
You dated a Chloe too, I understand.
I did.
Another redhead.
No.
So Ashley begins to move towards the exit of this, kind of the large crack in this ship. Are the rest of you follow?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She moves down, and there's a vague form around her as she's under the water, as if the water's being held back around her. You all are pretty perceptive, so you'd be able to tell. Dima, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly, and Alfonso as well. But Tyrion and Rafferty, you kind of can make out that there are 4 arms on this individual, and it's pretty square shouldered, and there's a bit of like a long tail kind of behind it as she begins to. She's not even swimming. She's kind of moving her arms, but
No,
she's moving quick.
Darling, are you going to be able to fit on a boat? No judgments. Just,
Yeah, why? I'm just a little girl.
How about you cut the bullshit?
Well, I was gonna put that
Gus,
nice.
that's not good.
That is true. Our friend Dima, was raised in a weird family that does swearing.
Terrible. They were pirates. It was horrible.
yes.
What a horrible
Cursing
Whole
in
bunch of
front of
sailors.
children.
We have rough mouth.
Yeah, fuck them.
Look, why don't you just be upfront? I don't care what you are. Just show us what you actually are.
Make a
Hey,
persuasion
dude,
check.
we've seen some crazy shit.
But people are scared of how I actually look.
21.
Oh, shit.
Have you seen? She's a goblin.
Ah, yeah, look.
Look at
And
his
she'll,
teeth.
Ravita will pop out her silver dentures, and they're just jacked, spiky teeth. They're
Oh,
horrible goblin teeth.
okay.
Yeah, it scares little people, but these are just shiny.
And her entire body goes like Vanta black, and then kind of expands outward, kind of like a shroud is pulled off as she kind of waves one hand, and you see this bulky creature with a large bottom jaw of jagged teeth, kind of come out like an anglerfish, and like 6 pairs of eyes. 4 arms, its long tail, it's kind of just swimming in the water.
Now
See?
that's fucking cool. I mean,
Thank you.
I don't.
Yeah, now we're talking.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm home all of a sudden.
Perfect. You don't. Her mouth isn't moving as she's speaking. It's kind of projecting outward.
So,
Okay.
what are you?
What do you mean? I'm Claire.
Can I make a knowledge nature check?
Sure.
$25.
You've heard of a creature, a 4-armed gorilla-type creature called a gorillan. This is kind of like that, but it's also mixed with kind of lizard-like appearance. It kind of seems like a mixture of like a gorillan and a basilisk in the way that it's structured, but you're looking right in the eye, and immediately when you say that, you like avert your eyes, then realize that you've been looking her in the eye the entire time, and you haven't felt any effect. She's kind of just swimming in the, she's kind of swimming around a little bit.
Were you
Not too much,
made
just-
by someone?
I don't know why. Aren't we all?
That is a truth. This one's smart.
From the mouth of babes.
Fair point.
I can't
Is that
tell
your
you
ship over there? Gestures to not the boat that is like right there, but across the way. You could just vaguely see the ship you came in.
It's not our ship. We're borrowing it. We had a ship. It was really nice.
It's a rental.
There wasn't.
Yeah, so you gotta be nice to go pay a safety deposit back.
Oh, understood. All right, I'll race you there. And she begins to swim off.
Oh god, oh god.
I guys
And she
don't,
kind of
I don't think
goes
Spoon's
down
gonna be
and then
worried.
out of the water and kind of dives up, out, and over the reef.
Let's get back. to the
I'm gonna
boat.
go check on her.
Thing. All right.
Good
For
idea.
sure.
I'll swim up to the top and kind of try and catch up with her.
Sure. You
Same.
are. She's pretty much moving the same speed you are in the water, it seems. So you probably would be able to catch up to her as she kind of gets up to the boat, and you see her hands begin to clasp on the side. She begins to slowly push it, just like testing it, and she's kind of giggling.
It's not very good, but you don't want to do that.
And
It's
as you
fine
all
mode.
come to the surface, you can see that the storm cloud is right above you, and it's kind of rumbling, and you see a vague bit of like lightning go between the clouds.
Well, shit.
I think we want to probably go about. Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of the water now.
Yep.
Agreed.
Dima kind of looks at the whole storm situation and just like shudders and clambers onto the boat.
Claire, can you breathe outside the water, or do you need to be in? You need to be in water. Can you breathe?
Yeah.
We probably want to go to the top of the boat, and I don't know if I can get there from here, but I think you can. So I'm gonna get on your back.
Okay. And she holds a hand out and like grabs her on the waist. The big ass mitts.
That's nice. Yeah.
So,
Puts you on her back.
is the voice still a little girl, or is it
Yeah.
grumbly? Or, okay.
No, it's not coming out of her mouth.
Okay.
It's like projecting out of her at you.
Oh, that's just fine.
And she kind of reaches up and just kind of pulls herself up onto the ship. And then she puts hands down to lift you all up out.
All right. Well, that's good because I'm not very strong.
Yep.
I'll use the help.
Dima will too.
So will Tyrion.
Gentle. I mean, these clawed, large hands are you would expect them to be really rough, but they're surprisingly gentle. You think with the strength it is, just like to easily lift you up like you're a doll, she might be very strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, Spoon and Methods. This is Claire. She's gonna be traveling with us. Be nice and feed her cereal.
If she wants cereal, she might want oranges.
There were a few bananas in there too.
We have oranges?
Or that gelatinous booze.
Glint, who's been on the ship this whole time, is still playing with the orange. It's still in its peel.
Some of the methods were playing with Glint.
Yep. He's just kind of staring at this gigantic thing now and chirps at all of you like,
You also see that that large shape previously, Jacques, that you had that expulsion at, is a shark that is kind of floating on its side. It seems like to be intact. It just is,
But
floating
dead?
there lifeless, dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what a lightning strike on a fish looks like.
That's unfortunate.
And you laughed at me for not wanting to jump into the water.
Alright, fair. Point made.
Spoons, can we get out of here?
Okay. Is this your cargo?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's our passenger.
Right. And he flips over his bowl and begins to tap on the back of it, and some of the steam methods who were playing with Glint kind of pipe up and then begin to move away and begin to set the ship to go. As you see the island in the center begin to shift as you hear another crack of thunder, and two large kind of paws come up onto the side of this reef and lift up this island as you see a gargantuan head of like a turtle is kind of coming out, and it just bellows out, and the water begins to shift back against the ship and begin to like push it, list it one way to another.
No, 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 no.
Guys,
And
that
its mouth begins to open. It begins to suck in the water, and you feel the ship begin to list towards the shipwreck.
I would like to.
Oh shit!
I would like to. Oh no, my sheet got too many buttons at once. I want to cast Wall of Water on the side that's moving closer to the surface of the water in an attempt to push the ship to right the ship back, into the proper position.
Sure. Does it say you have to be on a solid surface for that, or could that be anything?
I'm actually double checking because I don't want to get overly creative.
Oh no, please do.
It says that it has to be on the ground at a point I can see within range, which the range is 60 feet. Is the reef, some of the stony part of the reef popping up from the water, is that close enough?
Yeah.
I'll use that, I guess, as the emanating point and use that to push the wall towards the ship.
Yeah, you do so. How high is the wall?
It's 10 feet high and it's 1 foot thick.
So, is there anything else the rest of you are doing as you feel the ship begin to list towards the reef? As this gargantuan turtle creature is sucking in the water and pulling you towards.
Okay, question to the group: do we fight this thing, or do we just try to escape?
I'm free. I feel fine living to fight another day. I'd never fought something this big before.
I think we could probably strategically escape without needing to, because that's very big.
I don't want to fight an island.
I mean, we'd have turtle soup for days.
Oh, you wouldn't eat a turtle.
Protein's protein.
And technically turtles aren't fish, so you're not friends with the turtle.
They're still aquatic. They're still in my book. This is probably not going to help us at all, but I am going to cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
At a higher level, just off towards it, to obscure its vision from us. I don't want us in the fog.
Right.
I want to make it as big as I can. I can make it about 60 feet of fog around this thing so that it can't see us anymore, hopefully.
Okay. Sure. You, however you cast the spell, just with your personality coming out, waving your hands,
Yeah.
and the water begins to coalesce in the air and create fog and obscuring this entity.
We're not very interesting, it's fine.
Okay.
Well, maybe it can't see us anymore, so let's
How far away from us
try to scurry.
is it?
So you were at originally 100 feet away. You are now about 40 feet away from it.
Oh, gross.
Can I cast darkness on, like, wherever the water is being sucked into?
You can't see that now. It's been obscured with fog.
Alright. Would I remember where it is, though?
Make a charisma check. This is a kind of homebrew thing that I do, where if you want to kind of mix up your spells a little bit,
That's a 4.
you're not sure. Do you still cast?
I mean, I cast it, like, as close to that location as I can.
Darkness, an orb of darkness appears on the outside of the.
Look, it's the best I can do.
Who said that?
I'm mostly
Dima.
good for stabbing. I don't know what I could do here.
Yeah,
The
if you
ship
said, like, make a turtle
eventually-
soup out of it, I'd be fine.
The ship rocks up against the wall of water. How long does a wall of water last?
10 minutes, but it's concentration based.
So the ship begins to list up, but it's not moving forward. Thankfully, this wall of water is able to hold it back. But it is kind of listing up, and there is like essentially, there's a bit of water that's coming down onto the ship as this wall of water is kind of spritzing down onto the deck.
Anyone got any ideas?
You go talk to. I go talk to the island and tell them to stop.
It begins to the ship begins to settle, as if you're not being pulled anymore towards it.
All right, I think that's a good chance. We should get moving.
That's either really good or really bad.
I'm going to take it as good. Spoons, can you speed us up?
I guess I could do that. Sure. Is that what you want me to try to do? I don't know. I'm freaking out.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
fast as possible back to Dustport, please.
He begins to tap on the thing on the back of the cereal bowl, and the CMFs begin to move around the ship and trying to set the ship to go. And then a lot of them are just kind of going and trying to push the ship as far away. Some of them are trying to avoid getting into the wall of water. One of them does get caught in it and just kind of launched into the air.
Sorry, my bad.
You hear another crack of thunder above. And then the storm cloud begins to dissipate.
Oh, so yeah, we tricked him. You did a good job. Good job, team.
And there's a heavy crash a few 100 feet off.
Spoke too soon.
Nope, it's fine. We didn't hear that. Let's go get the oars. We'll just go faster.
Get the oars.
Get the spoons.
Dima's doing what he can to help the Mephits.
Raffida and Tyrion and Jacques, you'll be able to see a huge humanoid form swimming off towards the ship. A massive, on scale beard and hair full of sea life and whatnot. Skin of deep blue. Its beard and hair is green, and its huge shape is kind of swimming towards you with a glaring look.
Oh, he's pretty.
And then he vanishes beneath the water.
I like that beard. Good
Oh
helmet for the beard.
gosh.
I like that. Good stuff.
You guys see a blue man?
Oh yes, it's probably going to try. to-
And then an
Uh-huh.
explosion of water as he launches into the air, and then comes down onto the edge of the ship where you guys are not against. And everyone make a strength saving throw as he pulls the ship kind of almost 45 degrees.
You know, that thing we're all good at.
Mhm.
Slam
17.
dunks your ship.
That was a nat 20, but it's -1.
It's fine.
Strength
I rolled a 6.
14,
Bradford is tossed into the water.
I got a 9.
Ah!
Straight 14. I've got no modifiers.
Okay, Tyrion is also launched into the water as you're catapulted in. Alfonso, Dima, and Jacques, you're able to hold firm, and the entity you're with, Claire, and Spoons is able to hold firm as you're launched into the water, and this entity reaches its hands up and begins to speak out in a booming language that rocks the water around you all. Any of you speak giant?
Emphatically no.
I don't think so. Nope.
The side of the ship is punched, but instead of it actually going into it, it seems to push the ship, kind of spinning it away. And this entity climbs up onto the reef. You see its huge form it seems to be wearing like a tunic and trousers of mast, it seems to be made of. The way that it's tied in like a toga against one shoulder, hastily made maybe. And this entity reaches out towards you. I need everyone to roll initiative.
How big is he?
Huge.
Like,
He is in scale. I would say he is about 25 feet tall, 30 feet tall.
okay.
Dima got a 4 for initiative.
Tyrion got a 17.
It's going to be a big 5 for me.
Okay.
Well, for some reason, falling into the water made me really, really impressive, and I got a nat 20.
And what's that total?
27.
I got a 21.
Swashbucklers, baby. Goblins are shockingly good swashbucklers.
Okay. Rafida, you have the initiative. As you are currently wading in the water, you see this large figure is kind of looming up on the reef, and in his hand, you see a sparks of lightning kind of going between his fingers.
Oh god, not supposed to be in the water.
How close to the ship is the reef? It's probably within like a ranged attack, kind of.
The way that he punched the ship away, the reef is probably about 20 feet away from the ship now.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. How far am I from the reef or the ship?
10 feet.
Alright. I'm not gonna be any use on the boat if we're fighting. Are we fighting this thing?
She doesn't really wait for an answer.
Yup.
Okay.
And she will swim towards the reef and climb up on it like an idiot. I should have enough movement to get there. Yeah, I've got a 30, so I should be able to get on the reef,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I get on the reef and giant dude. So Rafida is going to pull out her rapier and attack the dude. So she kind of crawls up and with like an eerie amount of deftness scoot off to the side. This guy's big, you might not see her, and attacks. And because I'm a swashbuckler and I'm within 5 feet of the target and nobody is near me, I get sneak attack if I
Correct.
hit. So
You're squaring off with this giant, sure.
let's see how it goes. Natural 1.
Okay.
That's a 10 total.
Is it 10 total?
Uh-huh.
Your initial attack, you kind of go out at it and kind of scrape against its hide in effect.
Alright. That was probably a bad idea. I'm just gonna hope I hit it next time.
You've got this.
Rafida, you begin to levitate.
Oh god. How high up?
About 20 feet. So you're kind of just like lifting up and...
the dude?
No. But you are about chin height with him.
Oh, hello.
His eyes kind of turns to you.
Just wide-eyed and like...
And you see like a storm cloud just like in his pupil. Anything else?
Yeah. No, I have nothing more to add.
The bonus actions? Okay.
I don't think so. Nothing. Okay, I would like to hide as my bonus action. Can I like levitate around his head and be like, I'm not there?
Because you were next to him, would you try to like grab onto his like hair and try to hide in his hair?
Sure. Sounds great.
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage.
Okay.
He might not. I mean, he's not incredibly perceptive. No, he is. He definitely.
14.
Okay. You're not sure if you're hiding in this giant's hair. You are hidden. Okay.
Okay.
Alfonso, you have the initiative.
I'll have you know, lightning just crashed outside of my house. That's why my eyes just got real big.
Thematic.
It's too much. Alright. Alfonso's gonna look at the giant blue bearded guy that just popped up. Well, I'm not going to deny you're very attractive, but you're a little too large, and I'm not really on team keep girls in cages even if they've got 4 arms, so I'm sorry. And cast Fairy Fire on the guy.
Okay.
Needs to make a Dex 15 saving throw.
Okay. He does not succeed.
Alright, so everyone gets advantage in the future.
It's so
What
bright.
is-
It's so bright.
Yeah. What
there.
is the range on that? It is within what kind of a sphere? I think.
A 20 foot, or I can cast it within 60 feet of me. And then it is a 20-foot cube area. Blue, green, or violet light.
Is
my
it? Is it?
choice. It's violet.
Of your choice, is it people to make a saving throw of your choice, or is it everyone within that space?
Oh. Yeah, any creature in that area. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dex.
Rafa, make a dexterity
Dex
saving.
saving throw.
I'm not bad at those though.
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, you.
17.
You're good. It was 15 was what to beat.
All right.
Okay. As this burst of light kind of go around, and Violet, you said?
Yeah.
Light seems to cling to this individual and just kind of go around his shape, illuminating. Okay, anything else?
I can see Raffida, right?
Yeah.
Because the hiding didn't work.
Yeah. You definitely can see Raffida, because Raffida is kind of floating as well. So it's kind of like there's like a bit of hair that's kind of
Just sort of twisting like a dog in space. I don't know what to do.
I have split ends like that all the time.
Raffida, it's fine. Don't worry. I really think that, we've been in worse scrapes than this. And, there was that time that we had to fight that really big alligator and it had you in its jaws. And that was much worse than this. This is going to be fine.
You can see Raffida. Shh.
Inspiration. Jesus fucking.
More lightning and thunder.
Did you
I
hear
heard
that?
that. Yeah, I heard that one.
Okay.
Tyrion, you have the initiative.
That was bonus action.
How far am I from this guy?
About 20 feet.
Perfect. Okay. I'm going to cast Ice Storm.
Okay.
The way it works is that each creature in a 20-foot radius cylinder
Perfect.
has to make a Dex save. However, I can choose the emanation point for the cylinder where it hits within the range of the spell. So did I see Raffida float up in?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I am visible.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim this cylinder kind of lower, so to speak, more towards his southern region, I guess, to avoid hitting Raffida.
Place it, if you will, as Zach called this one shot, near what lies below.
Yes. Okay. So I guess make a dex save.
Okay. 16.
You'll have to refresh my memory. I think that means that the dex save was 16, so that means that I hit, correct?
If he makes it, he made it, so he takes half damage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, roll that sweet cold damage.
And bludgeoning.
And do it separately.
Okay, so that would be 4 bludgeoning damage and 7 ice damage or cold damage.
Okay. As this column of storm of snow begins to pelt this creature, he seems to be affected by it. The cold doesn't seem to affect him as much, but it's there now. It's concentration, right? Or it's just like there for a bit.
It's instantaneous.
Okay, so it goes away eventually.
Yes.
Okay, and so like once it's done doing its thing, it vanishes.
Yeah.
Does it last?
Well, yeah, it's sort of mixed. The hailstones will actually turn the terrain into difficult terrain until the end of my next.
Okay.
And then, can I move still? I can move
You
still.
can move, sure.
Yeah, I'd like to get up onto the reef where Rafetta was.
Sure. You have a swim speed, right?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to jump into the water and then swim over to where Rafta is. Sure. On the opposite side from the ice that has coalesced across the this 20-foot cylinder of snow. Nice.
By all
Sure.
means,
You are-
come join me, friend.
I'm done.
Yeah. So you want to get up on the reef next to this creature? And how close do you want to be to?
Close enough to not be stepped on?
Okay, so about 15 feet away. So you go towards it and then kind of a little bit veer off. Gotcha. Claire begins to run and hide. She runs down below. Apparently scared. Okay. We are on to. There is a bellowing sound, and through the wall of water is a jet of water that hits the ship. And the ship is pushed back 10 feet. I need Alfonso, Dima, and Jacques to make a strength saving throw.
5.
Ugh. 6.
It's a big old 10.
Okay, all three of you are knocked prone as the ship begins to spin out even further. The ship is about 30 feet away from the reef now. And we are on to Jacques.
I'm going to use 5 feet of my movement to get up from prone because I'm drunk.
Okay.
And then I'd like to use the rest of my movement to head toward the giant in a staggering fashion. Can I get to him?
Oh yeah, easily.
Alright, then I'm going to take 2 attacks on him with advantage thanks to Fairy Fire. That first one is going to be
20 will hit.
sweet. I'm sorry, I'm having a very hard time reading this.
Okay.
Got it. That's good damage. That's going to be 14
Okay.
of magic bludgeoning damage from my fists. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not with my fists. I'm actually taking the clay cups that are on my hand, and I'm using them like nunchucks.
Awesome!
Perfect.
So cool.
And that's a natural 20.
Excellent.
Oh, fuck.
That's going to be 12 points of alcohol damage. And I will use my bonus action to do a flurry of blows. So I will spend a key point and do that 2 more times.
Perfect.
That's a 19 and a natural 20. So one of those is a crit, and I'll roll the other one now.
Okay.
That's a natural 15 plus 8, I think. So that's going to be a lot. I rolled a 6 on the crit, so that's 17 points of damage. And another 6 points of damage.
Okay. As you were just smacking into this this giant, they seem to be pissed. Obviously, because you are getting some serious blows, and it seems to be like staggering a little bit. Not bloodied by any degree, but your blows are coming in hot.
By the way, would you mind taking off 8 points of damage? I think I did the math wrong on those first 2 hits.
Okay.
Cool, thanks.
Sure. Okay. Anything?
No, just all of the blows look really, really accidental.
Kind of stumbles forward and then just like back again. Sure. Perfect.
Yeah, it's a comedy of errors.
Failing upward, as it were.
Exactly.
Dima, you have the initiative. You are 30 feet away, prone on the ship, as the ship was blown back by a spout of water that seemed to gush through this wall of water.
So I'm gonna spend like however much movement it takes to stand back up.
Half your movement.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, it's just a spell. 17 to hit.
17.
I'm doing this in D&D Beyond because that's a lot of dice. Roll 12. $42 points of damage.
Okay. And you are connected. And what kind of damage is that?
Lightning damage.
Okay. It doesn't seem to take as much. Actually, it doesn't seem to take any of that.
Shit, are you kidding me?
As you connect with this lightning bolt against this giant that is coalescing this bolt of lightning in their hand.
Demon just looks at it and goes, and casts Hex.
Okay. And your concentration goes off of the witch bolt or
Hex isn't concentration.
hexes. Is witch bolt concentration?
Witch Bolt is... Oh yeah, I see it now. Sorry, it wasn't marked in... It, for some reason, Roll20 didn't mark it as constant.
Sure. So
I'll
you're able
cast
to... Sure. You're able to cast Hex. What does your Hex look like?
It's that same, like, sickly green energy, and it kind of cracks over its head like an egg.
Alfonso, would you say that you were... Okay.
Dima's gonna shout out to Rafida and go, "Hey! I never saw a goblin become a balloon before."
Alfonso, would you say that you were within 10 feet of...
I got knocked around when the boat kind of fell or listed. So maybe is Dima? I thought Dima was in the water for some reason.
No, I'm on the boat.
Oh, then yeah, we're on the boat together. Am I gonna get which?
I need Dima and Alfonso to make a dexterity saving throw as this individual coas the lightning bolt and launches it at the ship.
16.
15. That's a saving throw? That's a 22.
Dima, you are not able to succeed. So Dima, you take 54 points of lightning damage, and Alfonso, you take 27 points of lightning damage as this lightning bolt slams down against the ship. The ship doesn't seem to break.
Wait,
at all.
I got a 16.
You failed.
Alfonso, what did you get?
22.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Oh,
So
shit.
54 to Dima.
What?
27 to Alfonso.
How many to me?
54.
Jesus. As a reaction, can I do Hellish Rebuke?
You already used your both of your, or how you have more than one.
It's a reaction.
It still costs a spell slot, but you have enough, I assume, right? How many spell slots?
I get one Hellish Rebuke per long rest.
Oh right, you're a tiefling. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, do it. So it has to make.
He has to make a Dex saving throw.
4.
No. $14 points.
That's fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And
You said 54 points of damage?
Correct. Yeah, make a Constitution saving throw, demon.
For my Hex is gone.
Hex is good. Okay.
Oh.
Oh wait, I have advantage on that because I'm a warcaster.
Rafida, you have the initiative.
All right.
Also gonna have to roll. For
Oh, Hex
Constitution
is gone anyway. My advantage was a.
on my fairy fire.
Oh yeah, do that.
Well, I got a 20.
That'll do it. You're able to keep that fairy fire onto it. This faint glow of purple.
No.
So I assume I still have some inspiration from Alfonso. It's been a long time since I fought, but I think I still have that as a D6. All right. Well, Rafida's gonna take.
If did you just say fairy fire's down or still up?
It's still up.
Still up.
Awesome. So she will take another swing with her rapier.
At advantage.
At advantage. A 26.
That'll do it.
And since nobody is around her, like within 5 feet of her, she will get sneak attack on that.
Technically, he's also being harried by Jacques.
So it's 10 piercing. So that's 24 total. And because I hit him with a melee attack, I don't know if you're going to allow this because I am technically levitating and not standing. I do have an ability called Fancy Footwork, which says that if I hit something with a melee attack, that creature can't make opportunity attacks against me for the rest of its turn. Or for the rest of my turn. So I was going to try to...
Kick off of him?
Yeah, something like that, just to kind of
all out.
get a little away from him.
You
I don't have
did try
any...
to hide in his hair, so you would have some kind of stance on him, so you'd be kicking off of him and then you'd just be floating in the air. So would you want to do that? Because you wouldn't be able to move back in.
I don't have directional control as I'm levitating. I'm just sort of there.
I think you can only move up or down.
Okay. Then I'm just
Unless you pull yourself along.
yeah. Then I think I'm just going to. Do I have to move in order to disengage? Like disengaging is the act of actually getting out of the way, or can I just disengage and stay within combat? I'm actually not familiar with that ability.
It wouldn't. What you're thinking of is a dodge action.
Ah. Gotcha.
Disengage is actually moving away without
It's
getting
actually
an
moving
opportunity.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hide again. Let's see if that works. That's better. That's a 20. Let's see if it hides. She dives back into his hair. Tries to hide.
Alfonso, you have the initiative.
All right. Alfonso is just very offended by the lightning, so is going to just rush. Can I, from the deck of the ship, rush over and stab? Is there enough space to do that? I don't know.
Do
if
you
he's
have a swim speed?
Oh, he's in the water?
No, but there's 30 feet of water between him and the ship.
Oh, I thought that he was kind of like... I misjudged. I'm bad at theater of the mind. That's fine. I'm not gonna stab.
You could dash to get over to him because you have what, 30 feet of movement usually.
I do.
So you could bonus action dash and then get to him because you're at like half speed to swim if you don't have a swim speed. So I mean you are prone, so
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to look at how badly Dima just got hit, and
Oh yeah, Dima got wrecked.
And so I'm gonna cast Heroism at 3rd level. Oh no, I can't. This is also concentration. I'm so bad at spellcasters. No, that's fine.
It's okay.
Healing word. Nope.
I'll take it.
Can I do healing word?
As far as I know, that's not concentration.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah. Okay. It's not. I had to click on the thing.
You're good.
Okay. 4d4 plus. Okay, that's not a lot. I'm sorry. Take 8 points of healing.
I'll take what I can get.
And yeah, I have to stand up, and then I'll get as close as I can get with standing and rushing over.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You don't want anything to do with an action.
I thought the action was to stand up and dash. I thought that took my movement and my action.
No. It's just half your movement to stand.
Oh. Okay, then if I'm close enough, then I'll stab.
Okay. Did you want to get over to him then?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Sorry,
No.
I'm communicating poorly, I think.
You cast a bonus action to healing word,
Mm-hmm.
so you wouldn't be able to bonus action dash. So you could dash and go over to him
Right.
as an action.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you would not be able to stab at this time,
Yeah.
but you are next to him.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I would say that the splashing of water would be able to make the ice go. Oh no, the ice goes away on the beginning of Tyrion's turn, but you're fine. You'll be able to hold firm. Okay, then Tyrion, it's your initiative.
Okay, I am going to cast Maelstrom, and so I want to center the point of emanation 25 feet behind the giant,
Okay.
which basically leaves him on the outer ring of it. and he needs to basically it creates a swirling mass of water like a whirlpool, and he need. I think you said he's a he. Needs to make a strength check.
Okay.
Save. Strength save.
$18.
Yep, he passes, so he'll take half damage, which is 66. So it would be 10. Bludgeoning.
10?
Yeah, 10 bludgeoning damage. And hang on, maybe I misread this. Give me 1 second. I don't actually do any damage. I misread it. I was thinking of my last spell. So yeah, nothing happens. Except this will last up to 1 minute as long as I concentrate.
Okay. You'll also note as you cast this, the fog cloud that was there that began to dissipate is blown away by this, and you're able to see that gargantuan turtle shape is beginning to suck water in. As you also hear from, or you don't hear, but you Alfonso. No, it's just Dima on the ship now. Dima, you hear Claire coming up with this small cask of liquor that you recognize, and she kind of chucks it at this giant, and it smacks into his beard and coats his beard in this reddish liquid. And then the ship begins to be pulled towards the reef again, as the water begins to pull it towards. And Maelstrom is concentration.
Yes.
Your wall of water would have gone down then, so the ship is beginning to be pulled towards the reef.
I'm starting to see how this ship was getting wrecked.
Jacques, you have initiative.
All right, so there's a maelstrom behind the giant, right? So big swirling pool of water.
It's is it yeah?
Yeah, it's a whirlpool.
I'm kind of drunkenly swaying, my fists are up, and I'm kind of dancing next to this giant, and my foot slips into the maelstrom, and I start getting sucked around, and as I get sucked around, one of the cups around my neck swings backwards and is going to try and hit the giant for an attack.
Okay, you have advantage because of fairy fire.
Then I will take that 13, which brings it to a 21. And I'm just going to roll them all at the same time, if that's okay.
That works, yeah.
Thank you for getting rid of that natural 1 for me. That's going to be a 21 again. And I think I'm gonna keep going. So I'll spend another key point and do the flurry of blows again.
Okay.
Another 13. And an 8 plus 8 is 16. Awesome.
Big dude. Not very defensive.
It's going to be 4d6 plus 4. So 4 times 4 is 16 plus this. 28 points of damage.
Okay. That does something as you are getting at him, and he nearly falls to one knee.
Now you stop breaking my friends. And there's no need for plenty of light. I can see you fine. Just stop it.
Dima, you have the initiative.
How far away have I gone now that the boat's being sucked in?
You are, it's about 10 feet a turn. So you are about 20 feet away now again.
Is there a way to like bail near where like Alfonso is? How close am I to Alfonso?
Alfonso is apparently, I guess, on the reef.
Can I get onto the reef?
You'd have to dash.
Okay, he's gonna stay on the boat. And I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch
These
Blast.
What, 2 beams? Is that
2 beams.
this sickly or greenish light with a bit of smoke to it?
Both of them are 17 to hit.
Did you roll advantage?
No.
Roll advantage because it still has fairy fire on.
Do it.
Okay, the 17s are the best.
Okay, so both are 17?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, roll that damage. As they strike into...
17 damage.
Okay. A force ability.
Yep.
It turns its head back and forth. Seemingly struck by this. His beard is like heavy on his chest. Okay. Anything else?
I don't have anything else. Wait, that
The
might
storm
not.
giant.
That might not be true. Hang on. Hold, please. Okay, no, those are just buffs. He's gonna curse in front.
He's gonna reach down and grab a piece of the reef and tear it off, and he's going to bring it down onto Jacques. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Okay. You take 23 points of bludgeoning.
Got it.
And then he's going to come down again. A nat 18 on the die.
Oh yeah.
And 21 bludgeoning damage.
Awesome. So that's 44 total.
Yep, and that's him. So we are up to Rafida again. Rafida, you're not sure if this individual can see.
Oh, it's my time. And she will, let's just say, staying in the hair takes a swing at him. Or a stab, I guess, with the rapier.
Sure. You're kind of swinging. Well, you're kind of floating with it, but you're in there. Sure.
That is a 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, I rolled good. That's 31 damage. And I would like to use my ability, Fury of the Small, to add another 10 to that.
Sure.
So 41 damage.
Woo.
As you just hear, "You come at me, motherfucker!" And she will be stabbing.
Yeah.
Quite robustly.
He bellows out and reaches up, or he would begin to reach up. You see toward about to hit you, but what do you do?
I would like to...
So it realizes that you're there and you're hurting it.
Oh. Can I hide again? Can I attempt to hide again, or should I...
Sure.
Okay.
You-
I'll try again. I'll try anything 5 times.
I've seen you try things 6 times.
Do I still have my bardic inspiration? That lasts for a minute, right?
Yeah.
All right. 18, 19, 21.
Okay. You're hidden
Ducks
from
in
pretty
like a
much
fucking whack-a-mole
Yeah.
into the hair.
Alfonso, you have the initiative. You are right there. This individual is like crouching down, almost looking rough, bleeding from several parts of him. What do you do?
Look, I'm very sorry, but I really don't like lightning, and you really did a number on my friend back there, and I've known him a lot longer than you, and, you know, tieflings, I mean, who could get tieflings? Stab.
Okay. Make an attack roll at advantage.
Nope and nope. Got a 4 and a 9.
What's the total?
I only have a +7, so the 9 would be 16.
16.
Ah!
He's a big old dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that means it's rapier, so 1 + 5.
As you strike, he looks at over to you with fear.
It's 9 damage.
Was that adding your sneak attack?
I don't have sneak attack.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm a ranger bard.
ranger, right? Okay, sorry. 9 it is.
Are giant sea dudes one of your favorite enemies? Because they should be.
No.
I wasn't sure
It's
how
okay.
I wasn't sure how to add gnolls or were rats into this, but that's
I seriously only just clicked on Knowles because of my name.
right.
Yeah. No.
Jesus.
I'm
Okay.
You can tell it's late. I'm more amused by that than I should be.
then, as a bonus action, gonna look back at Dima and healing word.
There's a little bit of smoke coming off of him.
3rd level.
Okay.
Ow.
3d4. 6. So 9 healing.
Dima, you healing 9. And that's the end of your turn?
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Thanks, I love you.
Oh, really?
Tyrion, you have the initiative.
Real quick question: How far apart is everyone at this point?
Dima is the farthest away from everyone else. Rafida is right next to it. Jacques is right next to it. Alfonso is right next to it. You are 15 feet away.
So Dima is within 30 feet of the giant, though, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds, and it's a 30-foot radius sphere, so I want to center it so that it will hit everybody. So that's gonna be 23 healing for everyone.
Oh my god, thank
Rafida just feels a little tingling. I'm okay.
I figured now's my chance to do some druid stuff.
Yeah.
The smoke stops kind of coming off of Dima's
Slightly
skin.
less singed than before.
Thanks. Ow.
No problem.
For science.
Does that make me a guinea pig?
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, you should wild shape into a guinea pig.
Anything else?
I'm sorry. No.
Okay. You see, Dima, Claire go over to one of the steam methods who has gotten into one of the, or really two of the cereal bowls, kind of is holding on either side. She grabs it and whips it at the giant, and it explodes on its beard in flame, it seems, and it catches its beard on fire, and it begins to roar out in pain.
I smell burning.
The ship begins to be pulled closer towards the reef, 10 feet further, as this Tortuga, you guess it's called, is sucking in the water. And Jacques, you have the initiative.
Okay, beard burning, water spinning, turtle sucking. How close? Oh, and I just got crushed by a bunch of rocks and then healed. Okay. So I imagine I'm currently buried under a bunch of rocks right now because giant piece of coral.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of crawl my way out, and I'm gonna grab onto his. I'm trying to grab onto him to help get out from under this rock, and my hand catches on fire on the beard, and it's like burns hot, and I snap it back, and then with the rebound, I'll crack him on the side of the head.
Okay.
That's a natural 20. And as I get up, I kind of stumble into him and kind of shove him, and maybe get some of the fire into his eye.
Sure. Are you shoving him forward or backward?
Oh, I'm just trying to flavor my punches.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that's going to be an 18, natural 18, so more. That's another 18 for my first flurry of blows. And another 18 so that's going to be all 4 hits on the giant, I think.
Yeah. How do you want to do this? I'll save you the counting.
Yeah.
It's 20-ish.
Yeah.
So beards in flames. I stumble into him, and the fire and the fire goes down into the water and becomes steam, and it kind of hits his eyes, and he stumbles. He kind of reaches his head back, and as it does, I'm stumbling backwards as well because I'm drunk, and our heads crack like behind Three Stooges like as we both kind of back into each other, and he goes down face first into the water.
Okay. And a tidal wave goes across, and goes up and like splashes down onto Udima. The rest of you see this form begin to float, and then a bellow from the turtle behind as it's trying to pull the ship inward. What do you all do?
Can Dima get off the ship and onto like the floating giant?
Sure.
Just to get onto more stable land, as it were.
Okay.
He kind of grabs Glint, who's been avoiding this whole thing, flapping his little wings, and goes, "Time to go, time to go!" And runs off the ship and leaps off onto the.
Sure. You land onto it, and it's firm.
He kind of like goes down, eats it a bit, and he's like, "Oh, ow, okay, walk it off, walk it."
The ship is pulled towards the reef and like pulled against it, but it's not being destroyed by it. So this thing is pulling the ship, and then it stops, and then goes under the water.
Everything's fine. I'm sure it's just gone away and everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, okay. Am I still levitating?
It would end right now as you
Oh,
as you are about 20 feet up. You land in the water. I'll say.
Bloop.
Could I actually cast Control Water to reverse the flow of water to bring the ship back up?
The ship is up. It's just like leaning against the reef now. So you could do that. What effect do you want to have to like stop the flow?
Yeah, pretty much. I just want to get it to where the ship is stable and
Okay. Sure, you're able to do that. And as you're concentrating, do you you know that you would be able to to move the ship even faster if you controlled water, would you try to get everyone onto the ship again?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything before you do that?
No.
Where's
I'm
Spoons,
fine.
by the way?
He's on the ship. He is trying to keep the ship afloat, it seems. He is instructing the steam methods to try to push the ship away as best he could. They are like trying to dislodge the ship from the reef.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get back on the boat.
Same.
Yes, please.
Grumbling because he just got off of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on the ship.
He's gonna like limp towards the ship.
As you all get onto the ship, there's a bellow as the turtle head comes up and shoots a jet of water that pushes the ship back 30 feet again. And then, Tyrion, you hear in Aquin, leave.
Not a problem.
And with your control water, you're able to push the ship even further, and the ship kind of ski-doos for as far as you can get it to as the steam effluents begin to make its way. You begin to make your way back, and you eventually, over the next bit of time, as dusk begins to come upon, you see the metal wall 600 feet high with these adult red dragons on top. There's a horn that goes off, a bellow, and the doors begin to open, and you begin to make your way inside and through the reef into port. And do any of you have any sending?
No.
Well, either way, you would be able to
Nice.
get the car. Would you want to tell your employer that you have safely retrieved the cargo?
Well, I think I would have gone to everyone else and asked what they thought about the cargo being a, sentient. The thoughts.
We're gonna have this conversation again. All right, fine. You want to be nice rather than get paid. You know, lots of people are hungry and poor.
700 platinum to each of you if you take this thing back.
Poor. That whole story about a ship we used to have. That's just a story if we say no.
Hey,
Well, you guys are
Raph,
getting paid?
AJ.
But what is life without stories, really? And this is quite a good one, that we've rescued this creature out of a box, and then
Dima kind of looks at the two of you and goes, "Hey, I'm kind of too short on my crew. You're welcome to join my ship if you want to sail. It's not pirating, but it pays a healthy wage."
we're not
Sail?
pirates.
Sail, I am an admiral. You're asking me to work for you?
No, I'm asking you to join me as a partner. You wouldn't have to
Fine.
answer to me. You wouldn't have to
Mhm.
answer my orders.
She tentatively lifts out a little clawed hand to shake Dima's hand.
Dima slips a few gold pieces into his own hand and takes hers.
Oh, well, that's a horse of a different color then. All right.
Like I said, healthy wage.
She puts it with the other 20 gold that Dima gave her earlier for no reason.
Because he's loaded.
All right. I want to be nice. Anybody else want to be nice?
I would like to be nice. Definitely.
Alright.
We don't need to put a... She's a child. She's a giant creature monster from a Black Lagoon child, but she's still a child, so it's not worth all the platinum in the world.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, Claire. Yeah. You want to go with the man who wants lots of money for you? or you want to?
I'd very much like to see them try.
I like
there
your
is
spirit.
that.
I like the cut of a jib.
She's a
Seems
giant
like-
monster from the Black Lagoon after my own heart.
And her form goes Vanta black and coalesce down into the form of a little water genasi girl. I'm ready to go.
Are you
That-
sure?
Sure. Your adventure was fun. Maybe there'll be more.
Cool. I've always wanted to. I feel weird calling you a monster.
Mascot. Let's go with mascot.
Always wanted a big friend with 4 arms and multiple eyes and a giant maw that could eat a man whole.
Do you have to be a girl, or could you be like a bird or something?
Sure. What kind of bird?
I don't know, because, I'm a ranger and I don't have an animal companion. Forgot to read my sheet.
But you're also a pirate. Wink, wink. Could you be a parrot?
Her form goes Vanta black down into a little parrot, and it kind of flies up. You don't hear flapping necessarily, but you feel a pressure on your shoulder, Alfonso. This big mitt, and the little illusory bird kind of comes on. You can't move very fast though, or else I'll have to move with you. But
That's alright, I'll just get used to that extra
not-
weight.
Am I understanding that what's happening right now is Claire standing behind Alfonso just going,
pretty much, hands on either side of Alfonso's shoulder, or really one shoulder. Both hands are kind of one on top of each other.
"Oh, so good."
Well, granted, I'm probably coming out the best out of anyone here, but
You got a
I'm
bodyguard.
pretty happy with our life choices here, so onward to the next adventure?
Hey, AJ.
Yes.
I know we both dated Claire. You mentioned a Chloe. Black hair, really tall, great legs.
Well, the thing is that clearly we both have very similar taste, and that taste, didn't lead us anywhere, and I couldn't help but notice when we both were struck at the same time by lightning how attractive you are.
I was going to say the same thing. Can I buy you a drink?
As long as it's not that
Oh no,
roll-up thing.
I have taste.
Alright then.
Buy me 2 and I won't tag along on your date.
Deal.
Can I come with you, or where should I go?
You can hang with me. You can hang
Yeah,
with me
yeah,
in the
yeah.
meantime.
Yes, that.
Yeah,
Landing,
good.
the little
Great.
bird lands on top of Rafter's head, just a big old mitt
Yes.
squishing
Okay.
down your hat, and that's where we'll end as you all get your payment.
Awesome.
So I believe we are doing a World Anvil giveaway.
Yes, we are. We're doing a raffle. If you haven't seen the messages that have been scrolling through chat and you'd like to join, it's up right now. You put ! booty into the chat and you will be eligible for a World Anvil subscription to
Yeah.
get access to their amazing premium features. So we highly recommend you try that. If you are here in chat and new, welcome. What sort of subscription are we looking at, Logan, dear producer and friend? A 6-month master tier membership, which is fabulous. And I'll put a link in chat so you can see what that actually entails.
Tell us what a master tier subscription might look like, Angela.
Sure. With a master tier membership to guild membership to World Anvil, you get a bunch of cool stuff. Let me scroll to the bottom and see what the... So you start getting access to some advanced customization features. You can control how your pages look. You can work on themes and different fonts and colors and all sorts of cool stuff. If you actually look at a lot of the highlighted features on or a lot of the highlighted articles and worlds in World Anvil, you can see people doing some really amazing stuff with CSS on their World Anvil pages.
Awesome.
You also get a new mode, which I've played around with, distraction-free mode, which is really cool to write, and you don't have any of the extra buttons and stuff. You just want to focus on writing your stuff. That can be a really, really super helpful thing. Also, mass image loader is a feature that you get, which is super cool.
That sounds like it would really come in handy.
Yes, it would. If you're interested in building a world as a campaign manager or as a author, the guild membership's awesome.
Zach, thank you so much for running this game. This was so fun.
Thank you all for playing.
Yeah, it was a blast. Thank you.
If you ever are in our public Discord, just say the word and I'll run a one-shot for you. Ask Kiri. Kiri is one of my best customers. And they always end well.
There's the thundercloud we were seeing. Yeah, Zach's an amazing pickup DM. He's so good at just being like, I'm gonna run a thing now. Be ready in 15 minutes. And I'm like, I can't imagine having that.
Yeah, we said someone said something about seafaring, and we just got totally thrown in this other completely new direction. It was awesome.
It was the
My
best. Oh my god.
It's okay. It's totally good. My
Absolutely
pirate worked out
worth it.
very well for this. She was going to be a swamp pirate regardless of if we were playing pirates or not.
Couldn't she be both?
She could be. Yeah, I think we're ready to roll our giveaway. So whenever you're ready, drum roll.
Get your circles ready.
B1 Sonic, you've won our giveaway. You get 6 months of Master Tier Guild membership.
Yeah.
Sonic, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats. We will reach out to you in chat with the info with your redemption code. That is the phrase I was failing to say. And we'll reach out to you as soon as possible with that. So congratulations and have a really good time, and share if you start working on stuff. Share it with us at We Are Nerdsmith on Twitter. We want to see your cool stuff that you get, or that you make rather. If anybody was here or came in later, do you guys want to go around the table and introduce ourselves again? So you guys know who we are?
Sure.
We'll just do what we did. You want to call them out, Zach? You go first.
Yeah, sure. And you can go first because that's the way I did it before.
I'm Angela. I'm a creator on a bunch of Nerdsmith shows. You can find me all over the website at nerdsmith.org. I'm also available on Twitter at darling_gypsum. I post a bunch of junk and music and silliness. So come hang out and say hi. I'm good.
And Kiri.
So now that I'm actually pushing the right button to push to talk, I'm Kiri. I am a member of the Nerdsmith community. I am also a DM in my own home game with a couple of the viewers currently watching. And my mom, who is also currently watching. Hi, Mom. I love you.
Yay!
And I write. I occasionally dust off my tablet and draw. And you can find me on Twitter at Exile from Life, or on pretty much any other social media as Find Your Anchor Point.
Well said. Will?
Hi all, I am Will Crossweight. I'm a musician and a writer. You can tweet angry things at at Crossweight Music. And you can find my music on Spotify, iTunes, and all of that, just as Will Crossweight.
Danny. I think we're friends now. I can call you Danny.
Absolutely, anyone can. I'm OG Flaya, Flaya on Twitter. I love Illithid, not in a weird way. Now it's weird. And
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a would-be hopeful someday indie game designer and a burgeoning podcaster. Some of my crew's watching, so Salty Sea Dogs, what's up?
Okay, and Britt?
Hi, I'm Britt. That came out squeakier than I expected it was going to.
No, you're fine.
I go by Atomic Firebird on Twitter. I like to play games on the internet. I have I have one of those like pinned posts on my Twitter that says where I am that month. I last week got to GM a Tales from the Loop game for the very first time on this channel, and Zach was in my game, and it was awesome. And I think it's probably going to be on a VOD soon. And I think
It's on VOD here on Twitch, and then it'll be on YouTube this week.
So that was fun. Yeah, I do stuff.
Yeah, and if you want to catch that after we lock it away, you'll have to subscribe for that.
Actually, these are going to be available publicly. We want to continue promoting.
Oh, perfect.
But
I
there's a
love
ton
that.
of
That's
bonus
awesome.
content for subscribers, so you should definitely subscribe to
Even
check out all that cool stuff.
And I'm Zach. You'll find me at Duskfey Druid on Twitter. I am also a player in Countless Heroes, a Nerdsmith product that we've been streaming for almost a year now, and we are about to close up, but it's a blast. And you can find me there, or Duskfey Druid, or on the public Discord, where I talk sparingly and do run one-shots weekly that you can totally be a part of one of my games. Just say the word, and I'll run a game. So I guess that's it. So thank you all for watching my one-shot with these lovely people, and hopefully I'll be able to run more one-shots in the future.
Yay, Zach, thank you. And I think, as usual, we have a trailer at the end of this for one of our shows.
Oh, pretty good show.
Yeah, it's
Mhm,
pretty
all
good.
right.
I might be
No,
slightly
it's amazing.
biased,
I
don't
love
know.
that show. It's amazing. So yeah, catch that.
Yeah, please do. Please stick around and trailer. Then we're gonna raid, so stick around for the trailer, and we will be setting up for a raid to go visit. Looks like cool. Torn Pixie is talking with Renee from Fate and the Fable Maiden, so we're gonna go raid Torn Pixie to go check the ladies out and say hi and
Do
and see what they're
it.
talking about. So I think we're just gonna
For
Phil-
people unfamiliar with what a raid is, can you explain that?
Sure. Raid is we're all going to be, if you stay in chat, we're all going to hop over to a different channel all together. And let's use, when you get hopped into the new channel, be sure to let them know you're from Nerdsmith. Let's maybe, what do you think? Shiver me timbers, maybe? As our raid
Sure,
cry?
that's fine.
Yarr.
All right, then, yeah, we will transition over to the trailer and then we'll raid right after. So please consider sticking around with us. And thank you all so much. And we have a game tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. We have another pirate adventure being run by Jason Catrone. And I might be piggybacking on that one too because I was a glutton for pirate punishment. But yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.